Hello, tubers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And thank you for coming on and watching Cooper's Thai Adventures with myself, Cooper, and our two special guests, Mr. Dennis and Miss Marcella. Thank you both for coming back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Well, you got to hold the microphone now and put it, share it between you.
Cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you hear us all right? All right.
Yeah.
Out there in Cooperville, Cooperland, how's everybody doing?
Well, doing good. Thank
All right,
you.
good,
And
good.
now, Dennis and Marcella, folks, they came with us down to Malaysia. And they said, Dennis said to me, Coop, whenever you're doing a long drive or anything, count me in. I want to come.
Yes.
And I said, sure, no problem. I'll let you know the next time we're going out on a long drive. And I called him up and I said, Dennis, I said, we're going on a long drive. You want to come? He said, where are you going? I said, we're going to Malaysia. You can drive to Malaysia? I said, yeah. I said, you could drive to Malaysia. He says, okay, what do I need to do? Count me in. We're coming.
Definitely. That's easy. I like the long drives because it's actually soothing to me. It's almost like therapeutic in a way, to where you just kind of like at one with the car, you just driving. You still paying attention to the road, of course, being safe, but I don't know, just therapeutic to me because you have a time to be at one with your thoughts too, as well. Just to think about things and reflect on life. Things of that nature. Yeah.
And I also said to you, I remember saying, I said the last time we had you on the show, I said, Dennis and Marcella, it was a pleasure to have you both. You have to come back in 1 year and let us know. What your thoughts are in Thailand after 1 year. I want to hear it from both a man and a woman's perspective of what it's been like for you. So before we get into the road trip, you've been here almost a year now. You're a couple months short of a year. So I thought we'd roll it into one.
Sure, not a problem. Well, first I would like to say out there in Cooperville, I would like to say hello, how are you? I would like to say assalamu alaikum. I would also like to say Privet Kagdala. I would also like to say Ni hao ma. I would also like to say Konnichiwa or Genga desu ka?
Now, how long did it take you to memorize all this?
No, it took me once it start to get used to it, it's repetitive, and then you come across people who speak the language, and then you speak it, they be kind of surprised and stuff. So it's just just one of those things that I like to do, at least minimum. Respect people and respect their culture, and at least greet them in their native language. And then I'll also too, Sawadi, Sabaidi Mai for the Thai people. And what's the other one? ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien.
There you go, a little bit of Spanish thrown in there.
Exactly.
So,
a little bit for everybody.
Come on, you've been there 10 months. What's your thoughts on
Well,
Thailand?
first, I would like to say I'm gonna give my wife a chance to speak and let her give the perspective on how it is, maybe for her
from a woman's point of view.
From a woman's point of view, and then I'll come in afterwards.
Yeah, by all means, yes, please.
Tell us about it.
To let you know, it's hot. Just regardless, it's hot. If you got menopause, it's gonna suck as for women, but otherwise, it's beautiful. You're gonna have to worry about the cold weather. It's hot constantly. The food is good. If you think you're going to come out here and think you're going to lose weight, no, you're not. I gained weight. So that's the tough part to do is lose the weight once you gain it. Otherwise, it's beautiful. People out here is nice. Can't complain about anything, really. Just sit back and relax.
I hear a lot, though, Marcella, of people saying that Thailand's for the single men. What do you say to those people?
No, it's not. You can come out here with your significant other. It all depends, male, female, whoever it is. As long as you guys got that type of communication and understanding, then everything is fine. So.
And from a shopping point of view, from a woman?
Oh man, forget it.
I gotta ask. Because we got a lot of female subscribers. They want to know.
Put it like this: if you're not thin, it's gonna be tough to find your size. It's pretty tough to find my size. Anything because they clothes run small So you will have to start off for 2X and up for your size. Otherwise, you're not going to find it. You'll have to probably order off of Lazada.
That's what a lot of people do. Yeah.
And that's Lazada's almost like Amazon. So, but otherwise, that's where you're going to find most of your clothes from. It's from Lazada.
And how do you find the clothes on Lazada?
Well, it's not hard. I mean,
no. I mean, are they good quality clothes? They're nice, affordable.
You got to look at the reviews.
They know her personally.
She got them on speed dial.
When they call, she knows it's Lazada because it's usually the similar delivery drivers.
Yeah.
And eventually she just programmed the numbers and she know that it's Lazada coming.
Yeah. So, and most of the time, it used to be the same number. The same guy's always delivering my stuff. So I just put Lazada in and I'm good.
Well, you got some nice clothes since the last time I saw you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, he picked those out.
I got a few things. It's like, maybe this will look good on you. Because sometimes too, it's like I keep the wearing, similar things. And she said, babe, why don't you switch it up? Why don't you try this? And so sometimes she kind of fall into that rut too as well, in reference to sometimes she might wear something similar, something that she's comfortable with. So, oh no, baby, try this. Because sometimes, especially with bathing suits or bikinis or something like that, I said, listen, you with me. Don't worry about it. Wear whatever you want. Because sometimes she might be subconscious, of course, as a woman, her body. Yeah. But then also too, just because she might think what somebody else may say or anything like that, that it may be an issue that I would have to defend her in such a way. But I just say, hey, don't worry about it. You with me, it's fine. So, I'll let her know that. Some bathers.
I hope she hasn't had any snide comments out here.
No, not snide comments, but typically, I still got a Western mentality too as well. Yeah. So usually if somebody says something sideways to your woman, of course you have to come to her defense. Yeah. But and sometimes if she's not wearing something maybe, I guess, deemed appropriate or whatever, but a woman should wear whatever she wants. But, just in case somebody talks sideways, sometimes she's concerned about that. So remember, even though we've been here close to a year, but I still have a somewhat Western mindset that I'm trying to really slowly eroding, little by little with a lot of different things.
Yeah, because I've never seen that out here.
Right. Most people keep to
in the States. Somebody would say something.
Yes.
Out here in Thailand, nobody says nothing.
Right. Because that's what we noticed. Because we saw some people, it was like, oh no, well, why she have on that? Like you can actually see through. It's like, really? I'm like, listen, lady, my belly is covered. You need to cover yours too.
So what are your thoughts after a year, Dennis?
After a year, the only thing that I still have that's the same is just the driving. I actually haven't gotten any easier or much better. And this is something like a caveat in reference to Malaysia, as far as like it being a little bit more, people follow the rules a little bit more. There's a little bit more structure when it comes to, driving. People actually obey the laws as to where, there's no disrespect to Thailand, but in reference to the road, a red light is just a suggestion. A stop sign is a suggestion, which most people don't stop. Sometimes they do on the larger roads where they have to make a right turn or something like that. Yes. But other than that, it's pretty much like a free for all. And that's the only thing I'm kind of like, a little bit, perturbed about in reference to. But outside of that, Thailand has been great. And we're getting used to it. So we got our favorite places now. We like our certain areas and we like doing, particular things and going certain places to the point to where like people know us now, when we come up merchants and sometime we just went and got a kebab from the night market and I walked up to the lady and she told me exactly what I want because I always get the same thing.
She knows you already.
Yeah, exactly. She said chicken, pork, cheese, nothing else, garlic sauce. That's it, right? And she knows. So sometimes I just go there, give them money if they're crowded, and they'll make my sandwich and I come back. So they know it without even telling them what I want.
There you go.
That part is pretty cool. But we love Thailand.
Good customer service.
Yeah, great customer service. Here in Thailand, the people are extremely, extremely nice, extremely, how can I put it? Accommodating. That's the word I was looking for. Extremely accommodating, very welcoming and everything, no issues. And especially if you try to speak their language a little bit, man, they
love you for
it. Right. They love you because it's like at least show some respect to them.
Yeah.
The fact that you trying to at least, understand a little bit what it is that they're trying to say. Because when there is a miscommunication, my first thought is, as a Westerner or an American or whatever, it's like, it's my fault that I don't know the language, because I'm a guest in their country. So the fact that I don't know the language is not their fault that they don't know my language. Is my fault that I don't know theirs.
Right.
So, as they say, when in Rome, you do what the Romans do.
Exactly.
So yeah, but other than that, if you know a little bit, that takes you a long way. It goes pretty far.
Yeah. Now we've done some driving and we toured around Thailand a bit, the three of us. Darlene's not here. She's in Philippines with the kids. She'll be back at
Darlene.
midnight tomorrow night. So Leanne and Bunchy, if you're watching, hello from Daddy. And
safe travels.
She'll be coming back tomorrow night. Have you found a favorite spot in Thailand yet that you like?
We actually like, this area is okay, but I actually like the dark side and Bang Saray. Bang Saray is really quiet. It's almost like a
little fishing village,
sleepy little fishing town or whatever. The beaches are hardly ever crowded when we go. And then we went one night about maybe 9 o'clock. It was almost dead. It was just totally empty. And then we went one time again at 12. And it was a ghost town pretty much. So just the 7-Elevens was open and a couple other vendors and everything. So we was like, oh man, it's really quiet out here at night. And plus we just wanted to see what the difference is between day and night. And it's a stark contrast. And that's what we kind of like looking forward to. We thinking about either moving there or to the dark side, maybe into a bungalow, I think what they call it,
or villa,
or like ranch style, or maybe a pool villa, something.
That's my plan.
To that effect.
I love the dark side. It's my favorite place.
Route 66 and everything.
Yeah, it's got all my favorite restaurants there. Taco House, Route 66.
Very.
It is. It's quieter. A lot less traffic over there.
Yeah.
People riding bicycles. You don't see that in Pattaya and Jomtien.
No,
but you do over there.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's to you Westerners, it's East Pattaya. It's called the dark side over here.
Yeah. You've been watching my show.
People haven't been in Thailand as long as us. But the drive was great though. It was better than I thought it would be. I didn't think that it would be as many rest stops as they had. It was a ton of rest stops.
I know.
I'm happy about that.
Every 2 miles there was a rest stop.
Yeah. A PTT, or I forgot the name of the other one. But a lot of PTTs out there. So
PTT gas station, like Amazon coffee shop and toilets and
7-Eleven,
and a few other things there.
Issue, and we thought that, to be honest with you, I had a preconceived misconception about it, as far as it may be few and far in between. But I was really pleasantly surprised that Thailand was like that, and the roads further south was much better,
smoother.
than it was.
Yes.
But to be honest with you, to tell you the truth, riding here, I don't really like to drive. But as far as Bangkok, I think Bangkok is extremely smooth. I didn't have any. Most people say Bangkok is crazy, but for me, I love Bangkok. It's a little bit more orderly for some reason.
Really?
Because it's like highway mixed and it's like exits. A little bit more orderly as far as I'm concerned.
Because they got the flyovers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there, I thought it'd be, oh man, I'm going to drive in Bangkok. And when we first got here, we was looking around and we was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could ever drive here. Then I started driving, and then here, compared to Bangkok versus even, let's say, Malaysia or Japan or something like that. But Bangkok is much better in reference to. But Malaysia was totally different too.
It was. I like Malaysia.
Very, very organized. Malaysia was really, really nice. Really nice.
Everybody need to visit.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. And get yourself a toll card.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh my God.
Malaysia was cool, but it was kind of confusing at times. A few people were rude too as well.
Yeah.
But, I don't think in a bad way. I don't know if it was cultural or whatnot, but it's like 3 heavy cultures all mixed together, and they kind of coexist.
Yeah.
With no issues or problems, which that I really love too as well. There's so much culture over there. There's no shade to Thailand at all whatsoever. I love Thailand, but like Thailand, they're building buildings, and in Malaysia, they was building skyscrapers.
Yes.
I mean, skyscrapers everywhere, and they have like the second and tallest building in the world there. So the building outside our hotel was the second tallest in the world, but the tallest in Malaysia. So which was actually really nice. But they only thing Malaysia too, they nickel and dime you. I went the wrong way and I had to go through like 6 different tolls just to get back.
Yeah.
I know, seriously. Like, no lie, not exaggerating.
We parked up and we're waiting 2 hours for y'all.
Yeah.
It's like, come on,
Yeah,
where are
it was
you?
like, man, it took us, we had to go through 6 different tolls.
Yeah,
like,
that Google map, you have to have it big.
Yeah, literal 6, like actual.
You have to have it big to know which lane you're going to.
Because even when we got over the border, when we hit the border, we hit a toll road less than 100 meters into the country.
That's the whole toll road, the whole length of the country.
And then before I could roll up my window to put my car back in the window and drive off, we hit another toll. I'm like, gee, no, they nickel and dime you to death.
Now, the first toll road we came to, we could use our credit cards or debit or credit card, which was great. I thought, okay, this is going to be no problem. Second toll we come to, you can't. You have to have a thing called touch and go card.
Yes.
Could we find out where to buy one? No, we couldn't. Nowhere could we find where to buy this damn touch and go card.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah. So the attendant came out. I called her on the intercom. She came out, said, okay, you can buy a touch and go card. And I'm like, okay, I got bought. I got dollars, you know. And they're like, no, you need ringgits. I said, I ain't got no ringgits.
Right. We didn't get Malaysian ringgits.
We didn't find anywhere to exchange it.
No, exactly.
There was nobody to exchange it at the border.
When we came out, when I first came out, when I went through the immigration, there was a Chinese lady there with ringgits. I was like, no.
We didn't know. That was kind of
suspect. Yeah, I thought you'd get a real bad rate. Or maybe fake money or something.
Exactly. So
I didn't want to do that.
No, I didn't.
Because the money looked like monopoly money anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it looked like really, really bright color. Like Thailand money is kind of like watercolors, if you will.
Yeah.
But then their money was more like really like monopoly money, like the 10s, 5s, and 20s, some pink, some orange, some navy blue, really, really like monopoly money, like deep.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, exactly. And it was smaller. The smaller the denomination was the smaller the bill. Yeah. Similar to the baht too as well. The 20 baht is smaller than the 50. The 50 is smaller than 100, and the 100 is smaller than the 500 and 1,000 as well. So it was similar to that.
Yeah. And then I said, we'll pull over at the first services we find and see if we can get this damn card from somewhere, you know. And we did. We were able to get one.
Yeah. We found an ATM machine and was able to get some ringgits and stuff. So it was pretty okay. It was okay afterwards once we actually met. Were able to get the touch and go card, but that's the only thing Malaysia did give us for free. They did let us do the toll for free, so we was kind of surprised after that. But
they felt sorry for us. Yeah,
no,
we're all foreigners.
Right. They got their money.
Oh yeah.
Because
they tagged our number, our license plate, and then when we got to the next one, the next toll, they charged us double, didn't they? Because they charged us for the last one that we didn't even that they went through for free.
I had no idea.
They got us for it.
They probably did get it. We thought we was getting it for free, but I mean they bust us in the head with those tolls. I'm like, man, I said, come on already, like they told us to death. But it still was cool though.
So now you joined us when we went to Phuket and Koh Samui. What'd you think of those places?
Phuket, yeah.
Overcrowded?
No, I mean, maybe because it was raining.
It was raining.
It was kind of gloomy in Phuket, but I was like, well, I don't know. I had a preconceived misconception about Phuket. All the videos that I watched wasn't really favorable.
Right.
And then when I got there, it wasn't really all that. It was, I don't know. Just Phuket was just Phuket. I just wasn't really impressed. I wasn't really, it was just okay. It's just to say I've been there.
Right. What about Koh Samui then?
Koh Samui was a little bit better. First of all, the experience to get to Koh Samui was a lot of fun because we had to take a car ferry. So the car ferry was awesome.
Yeah,
so that was pretty cool.
That was cool.
Yeah. So that I've never done. I've never done, even though we have the Staten Island ferry, but the Staten Island ferry in New York doesn't take cars anymore. For many, many years. Because they built the Verrazano Bridge. So since they have the Verrazano Bridge now, that's how you get your car across the Staten Island from Brooklyn. So, but I never took in the ferry. I was, too young. But that was my first experience. And that little boat that seemed like a little boat held like 45 cars.
Yeah,
like trucks,
cars, motorbikes,
everything. And we just made it too. We literally just made it.
We were the last two on.
Yeah, we were the last
going
two
to
on,
the island and coming back to the island. Yeah.
He said, hey, you want to catch at 10 o'clock? What? We supposed to catch at 10:30? Yes, please.
Yeah.
yeah, no problem.
And they had a little cafe on there, and you're sitting in aircon too.
Yeah, cafe was pretty cool, and they did have air conditioning. You're right. They had air conditioning upstairs, and they had it downstairs too as well. So they had the little booths and everything. Then they had an outside little sitting area.
Yeah,
we catch sun. You see all the other islands and everything. It was beautiful. It was really, really nice.
That's one of my favorite islands.
Yeah, Koh Samui was really nice too. It seemed more island-like because some of those roads we went down, it was only enough for a motorbike.
Yeah.
And then because we got caught up when y'all had went through, a truck had came through one time.
Yeah.
After we went to go the what it was, the 4-wheelers. We went to go try out that place, and the truck had came around and just had me stuck because he could only get through. So I had to back up in somebody else's yard.
It was a small lane we were on.
But once you did that, there was still another truck that came through.
Other people was coming through. So it was kind of tough. Then I had to pull into a temple and let them go around. So it was really,
you followed me into the temple. I did.
It was really, really island-like, and it was I don't know, it felt kind of weird too. I felt kind of trapped a little bit.
Really?
But not like trapped in a bad way. I'm like, oh, okay, we stuck on the island. Because remember when we got there, we tried to get a ticket to go back for that day, and they was like, no, it's booked up.
Yeah. Our original plan was a 6-day vacation. It turned into 8.
Right. For passengers, but not for the passengers.
No. With the truck. We couldn't get through with the truck. So we was basically stuck an extra day.
Because it was a Thai holiday weekend.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, we didn't know.
Like, oh no, we trapped here on the island. But it was a beautiful island and we loved it. And the resort was amazing. Oh man,
the resort was nice.
That breakfast was something else, man.
So you like the hotel we chose?
Yes. The hotel was really, really nice. We appreciate it.
Yes. And we was able to enjoy
and we enjoyed the one Marcella chose at Phuket.
Oh no. No, I'm sorry. That was a mistake. That will never happen again.
We heard y'all had cockroaches in y'all room.
We did, and not one electrical plug worked. We couldn't charge our phones. I had 8 plugs in the room, not one worked.
Man, we didn't let you use our outlets, but our room wasn't really much better. It was budget, and she did book it, so I couldn't blame it on her. But, but she didn't really know, I guess, because when you see pictures, they look way different from when you actually get there. When we got there, it was like, well, I'm glad we only staying overnight.
2 nights we were there.
2 nights?
Yeah, we sure were.
Oh, really?
2 nights we were there.
Yeah, that's how much I remember.
Yeah. All right, let's see who we got on the show, and go ahead and ask your questions to Dennis and Marcella, lovely couple, been in Thailand 10 months now. Pick their brains on their thoughts here. So Tony Montana, first off, says, good evening, Cooper, Darlene, Brooke, Jackie, and all the gang, and Mal and Katea. Good evening to you, Tony. He says, I'm still the first. Laughing out loud. What about Mal and Katea? Cooper says. Well, you forgot our special guest. You forgot Dennis and Marcella.
That's so cool.
Ernest Jones, channel member with a badge next to his name. Thank you very much. $2 a month helps support the channel. Him and Philip Hunt. Thank you all very, very much. Says, good evening, CBD and guests. Good evening to you, Ernest. He's only been here 2 weeks, and he's moved to District Grand Park 1 next door.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, okay. That's Ernie.
Ernie, you met Ernie the other day.
We seen him again.
Yeah, we gave him a ride
from Route 66.
And then we bumped into him in McDonald's.
He said that. Yeah, he saw you all there. Yeah.
He was looking for a pillow top. We told him to go to Big C.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah. Philip Hunt says, good evening, all from downtown Pattaya. Got my retirement visa with Mr. Singh's help. Well done. Living at District Grand Park 2. All is good. See you at the meet and greet Tuesday. And thank you, Philip. And you're now living at Coopersville with all of us here. And thank you for being a channel member. We look forward to meeting you in person next week. Glenda Blazin says, good morning, CDBJ from Melbourne, Florida. Coming back soon. Looking forward to it, Glenda. Terry McFallon says, hello, CBD, Dennis and Marcella. Hope everyone is doing well. We are. Guys. Thank you, Terry, for coming on. Heath McDaniel says, good morning, evening, watching from a cold 42 degrees Fahrenheit from Gary, Indiana, with having Grandma's 95th birthday on Wednesday.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday.
Happy 95 to Grandma for us. Alfa Romeo, you know him. He says, hello, CBD and Dennis and Marcella. Hope everyone is doing well and looking forward to another great live stream. Thank you, Romeo. He's coming back out in July 15th. For 1 week, pick up his girlfriend, and then he's got her visa now to visit Canada. Nice. So he's going to take her over there for the first time. She'll be going on an airplane leaving Thailand.
Oh, nice. That's
instead
cool.
of going from her province to Bangkok to meet him.
Because that's the other one that you did a interview with too. As well.
Yeah. I had them both on here.
Yeah, actually, you had the ADV 160. That's when I asked about how do you feel about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Malcolm Hawkins, you know him, says, good day, Team Coops, and handsome chap Dennis and the beautiful Marcella.
Hi, Malcolm.
Thank you, Malcolm.
Hey, she's glowing. Look.
What's going on?
Tim P says, good day, Coop, Darlene, Marcella, Dennis, and everyone. I hope all is well. We are, Tim. How you doing, brother? Ford Dog says, good evening, Mr. Coop and Mr. Dennis from good old West Virginia. Good to see y'all. One quick question. Could we get the jet ski story? I've heard Coop's, but love to hear yours. I didn't bring it up. He said, don't you dare bring that jet ski story up. So here you go. I'll let you answer it.
I'm out.
You're out?
I don't want to talk about
it.
She'll bust on you. I got to hear this. Come on.
I plead the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. No, it was well, I guess I told about it. It's pretty much a wipeout. Basically, I was going too slow. I was trying to accommodate my wife, you know, who doesn't really enjoy the water too much or whatever. And you know, the water was a little bit choppy, and plus my inexperience on the jet ski, not as experienced as Cooper. And I took the turn too slow, and the wave just knocked us over. Then the extra weight and everything flipped the jet ski. Well, to say the least, we almost died. You know, we almost drowned. Well, I mean, I could swim, but I'm not a really strong swimmer. And
but I gotta say, wait a minute. In my defense, we did give you both life jackets.
Yes. Of
Okay.
course. Yes, of course.
Safety first.
No, I understand. But like when somebody is have a fear of drowning, she was pulling me down actually. So she's trying to hold herself up on my back, and I can't hold myself up. I'm trying to swim to the top, wondering why I'm not reaching the top. And she was kind of holding me down, but it wasn't her fault because you know, she was afraid or whatever. So once we actually, because once the jet ski tipped over, also too, she, you know, hey, you know, what do I do? What's going on? She freaking out. I said, listen, just calm down. Another jet ski is going to come, and the jet ski have a little ridge on the bottom of it.
Yes.
So I said, listen, just put your fingers in that, hold on to it. And
it'll float. It'll
right. And
sink.
I said, that's what I told her. I said, don't worry. It's going to float. I said, it's going to fill up with a little bit of water, but it's still a nice air pocket in it that it's not going to float and sink to the bottom.
Yeah.
I said, we're in good hands. Somebody else with a jet ski is going to come along and then they'll just take. Because I was going to swim to the shore, but I didn't want to leave her by herself. And then something happened and then I didn't see my wife again.
Right.
So I said, let me just hold on. And then also too, she wanted to hold on to the bottom. So she wrapped the legs around like the handle.
Right.
The handlebars.
Yeah.
Or whatever to make her feel a little bit more comfortable. But initially we did get slammed up against the rocks and we did get hurt. We got scratched up pretty good. My foot was scratched up really bad because I lost my shoe. And I didn't realize the rocks was that sharp. Because initially we could have got slammed up against the rocks, but I tried to keep the jet ski from getting slammed and getting damaged more than what it was versus, you know, just the filter and it, you know, needing to be serviced. So that happened, but, you know, it was a miscalculation on my behalf and my inexperience. And then also too, the choppy weather, it's just a perfect storm. It flipped over. And I'm glad that it did to a point because now she understands, you know, that you really have to calm down like in the water and things and just relax. And then somebody came eventually. They towed the jet ski and I felt really bad about it. So, I mean, I apologize about it. I offered to pay for the services. Of course, you know, you told me no, which was a great thing. I mean, I really appreciate it because, you know, obviously I was at fault and I wanted to make it right. So that's why I just went ahead and just paid for everybody's lunch or whatever. It's like the least that I could do.
Yeah, I appreciate
or
that.
whatever. But, you know, you didn't really have to do it, but I understood. And we were banged up pretty bad.
It only needed an oil change and spark plugs and it was good to go again.
Yeah, we got cut up. I'm still kind of healing like on my foot and everything and stuff. But yeah, that's the jet ski story. So, you know, it happened and you know, it's unfortunate. But I'm just happy to be, even though I had on the life vest, but still, you know.
But this wasn't the first time you had driven my jet ski. You've driven it many times, but without your wife.
Right. So this time I had my wife on there, and then, like I said, we was going kind of slow, so she could be more comfortable on it. And then when I made the turn, because the first couple of turns I made, I said, "Hey, babe, I'm about to make a turn," and I hit it kind of hard so she could hold on. But this time I didn't mention it, and I tried to turn really slow, and then the wave caught us, and then we just tipped over. And me, myself, and her also too went, and it just kind of went over too as well. But we was all right, you know, for the most part. Once she really calmed down and she held on and she see that it wasn't gonna sink, then she kind of settled in a little bit. But it just took maybe about, I don't know, we were stuck out there for about it seemed like forever, but it probably was only about 10 minutes.
Yeah, I sent 2 guys after you.
Yeah, because
I couldn't hear the jet ski anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And when I couldn't hear it anymore, you know, I feared that something happened.
Right. And then
so I sent the lifeguards out after you.
Yeah, we was out of sight. When they came, we was right there by the rocks. So I was like, oh, I can swim to the rocks, but then I didn't want to leave her because she can't swim or whatever. So I'm like, no. I said, well, you know, plus I didn't want to, like I said, swim and then come back to go look for her. She's not there.
Right.
You know, because I couldn't be able to live without my.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you know.
Me too at it again, man. But yeah, anyways, Dog, make a long story short, you know, the man thought he was Evel Knievel on a jet ski and found out that, you know, it was
not everybody knows.
Oh yeah, now everybody knows. You know,
wasn't as good as he thought he was, but that's okay. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, the next time I'll be a little bit more confident or whatever, and just do it. And just
with jet skis, you can't do slow turns.
Right.
You know, you got to give power. If you don't got power, you don't have steering. Exactly. So if you're not holding the gas lever down, you can turn as much as you want. You're not going anywhere.
Right. Exactly.
You know, you actually got to give power to turn.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Dog. Yeah.
Alpha Romeo says, "Happy birthday, Pin. Hope you have a wonderful day." Oh, it's Pin's birthday. Happy birthday to Pin, Alpha Romeo's girlfriend.
Oh,
Pin.
Hey.
We all like her. He calls her the little food munchkin.
Little food munchkin?
Yeah, because she eats 5 times a day and don't gain no weight. Oh, she's thin as anything, ain't she?
Feed the Pin. Feed the Pin.
You know her. You know Pin. Yeah. But John Bain says, "Greetings from Wahin. Enjoy the meetup." And thank you, Bajan. Hopefully you'll come and join us on Tuesday for our next meet and greet.
We'll be
this
there.
Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Okay. Be great to have you there with us too, Dennis and Marcella. J.E. Washington, he's a short timer, should be here any day now. Says, "Good morning from Nashville, Tennessee. Wheels up in 8 days." There you go. At Dennis, the New Yorker, in U.S. fades over time, but we will never totally lose it.
That's true.
Well, yeah. I mean, the New Yorker thing, I lost that a long time ago because I'm from Brooklyn. You know what I mean? There's a big difference of being from New York and being from Brooklyn. So, you know, Brooklyn.
It's all New York.
No, you can never lose it.
But no, there is a saying, and I agree with it 100%. You can take the man out the country, but you never take the country out the man.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
You feel that way too, Marcella, as a woman?
True.
You still feel 100% American?
Yeah, it does.
Little things here and there.
Well, you definitely feel American when you got to renew your visa or check in for your 90 days. Man, I'm a foreigner, you know. but it's cool. It's not bad.
Or it's not that you can't find one of your favorite food items.
Right, like even though Villa Market have grits, but
I didn't know it takes 3 months to get here.
Yeah.
What, grits?
Yeah.
Oh, they come over by shipping container.
Yes.
They don't come over by airplane.
No,
right.
And with Villa Market, you order it in advance, and they'll get it for you, and they'll message you when they get it.
Yeah, they offered us some other grits and stuff that they had. We went there and let them know again because we running pretty low, and they offered us something else. It was like, we don't like those. We just wait for the Quaker ones.
That's the one I got, the Quaker. Yeah. I just ran out. I had my last grits this morning for breakfast.
We had grits this morning? No, we had pancakes. Yeah,
but you know, culture. You can get grits there.
Yeah, but it's not enough grits. I like a lot of grits.
I'll just say the extra grits on the side. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, as big as I am, I need more grits,
Yeah. Glenda Blazin says, "Thai people have great memories. Does anyone know if the Gold Monkey is still closed?" No, it's open. We went there a couple weeks ago for a Sunday roast. Fantastic. Give you 3 different meats.
The Monkey?
Golden Monkey. It's on the corner there on Beach Road.
I don't think
I've seen it.
Yeah, it's called the Golden Monkey. It's a bar restaurant.
Yeah,
well, I'm
right there on the corner.
Since I'm always driving out,
I see.
I have to pay attention to the road.
But man, the food was awesome. I'd go back there again tomorrow. But no, it is open, Glenda. Yeah,
all right.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, we went there. Jay Washington says, at Marcella, thank you for sharing the female perspective. My wife, Lydia, has been looking forward for a female's view.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and she wants to pick your brain about where you get your hair done.
Hair products.
I thought he was asking about Darlene where, and I was like, when I finished reading the comment, I was like, okay. I saw Dennis's next comment. Yeah.
No, I usually make my own. So that's why.
Well, she make her own, to be more specific, she make her own like hair product stuff that that she put in her hair. Like with the different butters and all. I don't know exactly what she do, the different oils and butters and
so I make my own. Yeah, I make my own hair buttercream, but otherwise I get regular shampoo and stuff from off of Lazada. I keep looking at different shampoos and conditioners.
Right. Now, have you been to that salon in Pattaya with the girl from South Africa that does all everybody's hair?
We heard about it on the last live.
Right, because I don't know where she's at.
Ask Cecilia and Marsha Michelle. They both go there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll ask about them.
Yeah.
All right.
Glenda Blazer says, DM, where did you live in the States? Dennis and Marcella.
Georgia.
Well, yeah, Brooklyn, Georgia.
Yeah.
We actually flew from Atlanta to
yeah, because we lived in Georgia for a while.
For 15 years. And then we left there from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a better life, little
quieter,
slow down.
Yeah,
a little bit more quieter, slow down. A little bit, everything wasn't so much of hustling.
Now, did you have friends in Georgia, or you just went cold turkey?
No, cold turkey. We went because we didn't know anybody there. There was no friends or family. That's the reason why we went.
Yeah.
So, because it was friends in North Carolina, family, things like that. But you know, sometimes when you move next to friends and family, sometimes become issues,
right,
and stuff. So we just wanted to go someplace.
The kids were young too.
Yeah, the kids was young. Plus, we heard that the school's a little bit better in Georgia for the kids and stuff. So, like, regular school was like the equivalent of private school in New York.
Okay.
So, plus private school is super expensive.
True that. Philippines in full effect says, hello, Coop, Dennis, and Marcella. Bea and I enjoyed spending time with you all the other day. You remember them? Yeah. And says, we've been really enjoying Krabi. It's not going to be easy going back to the Philippines in 2 days at all. So they're currently down at Krabi right now.
Okay, cool.
We went past Krabi on the way to Kuala Lumpur.
Oh, yeah.
You remember all the beautiful mountains and the trees?
Right.
Yeah. That was Krabi.
Yeah, no, matter of fact, that's the one you came to Koh Samui, right?
Yeah,
Koh Samui.
We met them in Koh Samui.
Yeah, we seen them.
They came and joined us for dinner.
Right.
Yeah, the one with the laptop.
No, well, we watched the little screen right here. I had to wait till it come up on the TV.
Yeah, there you go. You can see them there. Yeah,
yeah, I can see them. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Really nice couple.
They are a great couple.
Really nice couple.
Yeah. I think he wants to live here in Thailand, but she's not too sure.
She's not sure just yet. Yeah. She was actually working. She was picking.
She works online, so she can work remotely anywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Ernest Jones, channel member with a badge next to his name, thank you very much, says, Cooper, I would like to thank Dennis and Marcella for their hospitality and helping me get acquainted with the area. Thanks, guys, for your help.
Oh, yeah. Ernie. Yeah. Yeah, Ernie. I see his name. Yeah, Ernie was really nice. He was a really cool cat. We had a great conversation down by the pool. And, we had a great conversation down by the pool. And really, really, really good guy.
He's a nice guy.
Really,
I like
really,
him.
Really good guy. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why when we were at Route 66 and stuff, just chit-chatting or whatever. Hey, we're going over here, this, that, and the third. Hey, can I get a ride? Yeah, sure. No problem. So I don't really have a problem. I mean, I gave rides to plenty of
you do.
Plenty of subscribers and stuff, especially if they're going our way. As long as it's not too much out of our way, I don't really have an issue or a problem with it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. I'm the same.
I'm more than happy to help.
If I got room, no problem. Jump in.
More than happy to help. Yeah.
David Lowe says, hey, Coop and CTA crew. Hello, Brooklyn. How's that sweet truck running? Thumbs up. Someone is smiling. So thumbs up for Darlene. How's your truck?
Oh, the truck is beautiful, man. I mean, it's an American truck. It's a foreign truck over here. But I mean, it's normal to me. But what makes it great, unlike the States, is that it's a diesel engine. Yeah. So it's a 2-liter turbo diesel engine. So diesel engines tend to be a little bit better and they last a little bit longer. Yeah. So yeah, it runs actually pretty smooth. No issues. And I haven't hit anything or anyone in a few months. So.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, he's got a Ford Ranger pickup. And
yes.
it is really nice. He's pimped it out, and it looks really good. Only thing missing are the spinners.
I wish.
So Kind One says, hi, how is everyone? We're all good, So Kind One. How are you, sweetheart?
Thanks for asking.
And hi, how is everyone? We're all good.
Good.
Easy, I wonder if that's in relation to Jay Easy, says, I'll be back home from vacation on the 6th. Looking forward to meeting you two. Okay, great.
Oh, cool. No problem. We look forward to meeting you guys too. Any and everyone. We look, because we got a lot of feedback from the last time that we came on. And, people were interested in our perspective, being, coming from the States. And then also too, we mentioned it before, but being like a same race couple. A lot of times, like usually everybody's usually mixed race, or the wife is usually from somewhere else and the guy's from wherever he's from. So it just we're kind of like an anomaly too as well. Being here like that and stuff. So it's pretty nice. We get a lot of looks and stares, but we enjoy it. Especially in Japan. I think that's because maybe we had on shorts.
Yeah. I guess you can't wear shorts.
They don't wear shorts out there. No, they don't wear shorts out there. So I guess it's frowned upon, but we was out there, we didn't know. We foreigners, we having a good time.
J.E. Washington says, although I currently live in Nashville, my wife and I are from BX.
The Bronx.
Oh, the Bronx. Okay. Is that the initials for the Bronx?
Yeah,
I got
BX,
me. I was thinking BX.
BX is the Bronx. Yeah. Because I got it has some people on Grand Concourse and Fordham Road. That's some people and stuff out there. But yeah, the Bronx get a lot of respect. Yeah, Bronx get a lot of respect from Brooklyn. That's the only borough that we actually show some love to.
I've been to New York a few times, and I've never got down that far in the numbers to hit the Bronx. I valued my health.
Well, the Bronx is actually north. Well, when you think of New York, the Bronx is actually north.
Yeah,
because even if you come into Manhattan with the Holland and Lower Manhattan or Midtown,
I stayed around Fifth Avenue. And my grandmother, she lived at Long Island, so I was sort of going commute between.
Queens is connected to Long Island, so it's one big island.
Yeah,
so
that's right. Cool. Yeah. So, but God, I was like 10 years old then. So and you remember the film The Warriors when that came out? The Warriors come out and play. And it was just after that movie came out, and I watched it.
That was actually ad-libbed. It wasn't in a script.
No, I heard that.
It was actually ad-lib, which is kind of cool.
So they decided to keep it.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I'd watched that movie about 6 months before I went out to visit Grandma, and I was like, I ain't going to the Bronx. No way am I going to the Bronx.
All the gangs along the way, because they had to run the whole line from Bronx all the way to Coney Island, which is like the last stop.
Yeah. So Kind One says, Dennis and Marcella, what part of Georgia did you live? I'm originally from St. Simons Island.
Oh, we was in Woodstock, Georgia.
Woodstock?
Yeah, Woodstock.
Okay.
But we just say Atlanta because most people never heard of Woodstock.
I thought Woodstock was upstate New York.
There is a Woodstock, New York, just like there's a Brooklyn, Montana.
Okay.
And a Brooklyn, Michigan. But the reason why we say Atlanta, because Atlanta is well known.
Right.
But then as soon as we say Woodstock and we say it's an hour northeast of Atlanta, people still don't know. Even people in Georgia didn't even know where we were. Right. Because it was kind of like the suburbs of the suburbs.
Okay.
It's like really rural, a lot of farms, a lot of a lot of open air. Like we lived where you could own an airplane. Like some people had airplanes.
Really?
Like they had hangars outside their house, and then there was like a little runway strip that you could take your plane and fly off. We lived like rural areas like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Where to be spraying the crops in the fields and stuff like that?
Not like your own personal private plane.
Oh wow.
Okay. Like a little hangar, and they had little landing strips where we already had berry farms. They had cows and all that stuff. I mean, we ride.
All of that was all in the back room.
Right. We'd go left, and you see nothing but country.
So you live with a bunch of millionaires,
right? No,
because you got to be rich to own a plane.
There was a lot of expensive houses.
Yes, because they had some houses, community where you had to own a horse.
Right.
So you have your whole front yard was like a ranch style. So
I can imagine you on the horse, actually.
Oh, we
Yeah, probably could, you know, riding, you know.
Yeah, carry your weight. That was a big ass horse, man.
Oh, hell yeah. Need a Clydesdale.
Yeah.
Clydesdale.
Nothing but love for you, man. Love,
Hey,
my
man,
love for you.
no worries. It's okay.
Tommy Lee says, channel member with a badge next to his name. Thank you very much. Get your questions in and comments in because we're coming up short. And we've only been on here for a little over 45 minutes. Says, good evening, Cooper, Dennis, Marcella, and Darlene. Happy to see everyone doing well. And thank you, Tommy. Looking forward to you coming back out here.
With that big old smile.
Yeah, he actually came out here, introduced himself to me and Brooke at the pool. Yeah, really, really nice guy, Tommy.
Always got the big cheese smile on.
Yeah, yeah.
Big Kool-Aid smile.
That picture's about 20 years old, though.
Really?
Yeah, I'll tell the truth on him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all gray now. It's all gray.
Probably won't recognize.
I didn't recognize. He said, I'm Tommy Lee. I was like, yeah. What happened to you, man? Yeah. But no, that's the end of the comments. So get your comments in and we'll go ahead and answer them.
Come on. You got a question for us? We know you do. Come on. No, you do it. Well, we could also say in the meantime, you know, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, you know, give my man, show my man Cooper some love. He don't ask anybody for anything. That's all he ever asks for in return. And that's just something just super small, you know? Because like they said, what it does, it helps the algorithm.
It does.
You know, it helps the algorithm and spread it out to more people. And the community is a little bit better. And, you know, as a result of, great community too as well.
Smile.
I mean,
let my friend smile.
No animosity, no anything, nothing weird, different political views, different feelings about different things, but we all still just cool.
We got over 400 subscribers here now.
Yeah.
400.
Everybody's still just cool. Yeah, because when we came, it was less than 200.
We doubled it since.
Oh, jeez, man.
So it's a big community now.
Right.
And you met quite a lot of them.
Yes.
Through the meet and greets.
We met quite a few. Yeah,
coffee
meet and greets,
meetups and
coffee, Route 66.
Bike rides.
Yeah, the bike rides and stuff that we had. And you know, I thought it would be more joining us to Kuala Lumpur, but it was fine with just the two of us. It was pretty cool. It was really, really nice. It was a great drive. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Well, the first leg did wear me out.
Yeah, we had to pull over and go to sleep for a couple hours in the car. Yeah.
I didn't know if I was going to continue at one point. I was, oh man, I said, I don't know. I said, I make an 11-hour decision, but then I did mention Kuala Lumpur and I did want to go and I just couldn't leave you hanging. So I was like, no, I said, let's just go on. And I'm glad I did because we had an amazing time in Malaysia.
Yeah, you didn't know whether you're going to be able to go with me down to Kuala Lumpur because your leg was hurting, wasn't it?
Yeah. So basically what I did for the long ride, I brought some compression socks and I put the compression socks on because usually when I travel more than 8 hours on the plane or anything like that, I usually wear the compression socks. So it just kind of helped.
I thought you did it because you were in ballet or something. I was looking at you like, okay.
I do not know how to pirouette.
You know, if you swing both ways, I don't, buddy. You know, I mean, yeah, I was like, all right.
Nah, them things come in handy, man. Them things come in. Like even when we flew here, it was a 16-hour ride from Atlanta to South Korea. Yeah, and then I had to put on the compression socks because it makes you so comfortable, and then it keeps your legs from getting numb. So it basically keeps the blood in your upper extremities.
Because I find they ain't got a lot of leg room on planes. I'm the same height as you. I'm 6 foot. Right. You know, and when I'm in a plane and the person in front tilts their chair back, I'm in agony.
Yeah,
I got no room.
Very uncomfortable.
So I always have the aisle seat. Darlene has the window seat. And then I've got my legs out in the aisle. So as soon as the trolley dolly comes through, you know, with the trolley, I've always got to move my legs.
Right,
so I couldn't sleep on the plane.
I do the aisle too as well. Because it's so uncomfortable. You have to let, you know, the leg out just to stretch out a little bit. And then plus I would get up maybe every hour or so, walk around the plane, stretch. Even if I didn't have to go to the restroom, I still get up and stretch, walk the aisle back and forth and everything. So, you know, it was actually, wasn't that bad, but the compression socks helped. And I thought about, I can wear the compression socks and it'll help me with the long distance or whatever I have to drive and stuff. So once I did that, I was actually all right. I felt much better. And then plus, like I said, I didn't want to leave you hanging, being that I brought up Kuala Lumpur. I'm like, hey, you know, let's do that. I did not go. That wouldn't have been right. But I'm actually, like I said, I reiterate. I'm happy
y'all came.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said, I'll let you know in the morning before you go. What time you leaving? I said, well, if you ain't coming, I'm leaving at 3. If you do come, I'll leave at 4.
Okay. Yeah, we were there.
And Darlene says, I got a message from Marcella while I was in the shower. I said, oh, yeah. Let me guess, they're not coming. They said, no, they'll see us down at the car at 4. I was like, damn, I was going to leave an hour early.
No, we're going to roll, man. We're going to roll.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I enjoyed myself.
It was fun. Yeah, Malaysia was pretty cool. We had a great time. The malls was actually really nice. The
malls were. Yeah. I got lost.
God.
Yeah.
I got lost in the mall. Me and Darlene could not find our way out of Highlands Mall. Up in the mountains where the casino was. We couldn't find our way out.
We couldn't find Five Guys. Yeah. We were just looking everywhere.
We found Five Guys. We had Five Guys
all over the place. But another thing too, what else? Something on my mind.
And we had an A&W float, root beer float. They had the A&W there, didn't they?
Yeah, that was. Yeah, the float wasn't. It was okay.
It needed more ice cream.
Yeah, there wasn't enough ice cream in it. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Too much soda. Yeah. Too much soda. Ice cream. But the malls was great though. The malls was really, really nice. Oh, and I did find some. I finally found a pair of sneakers that actually fit me.
Yeah, because you and I are the same size, 13.
Yeah, exactly. So that's another thing too here in Southeast Asia. If you're larger size, you may be able to find clothes a little bit better, shirts and things like that. But to find sneakers is very difficult because in Thailand didn't have a 13.
Sandals.
But I've gone and ordered mine. I'll go to like Skechers.
Right.
I like their shoes. And I'll go in there and say, look, I'm a size 13. Oh, we don't have any in stock. Can you order me a pair? These are the ones I like. And I'll show them from the catalog. And they'll order them and message me on a Line app and let me know when they come in.
But most places where we went, well, do it like the Nike, definitely not the Nike factory. We went to the Nike store in Central Pattaya. They have a new one, a huge store.
Right.
And they don't do orders or anything like that.
Really?
Or whatever. Yeah. So it's just whatever they have in stock. And they said they do get a few 13s in. But the 13s go so quick because I guess so many people visit and maybe, who like the brand like I do and then, buy, and those pretty much go fast. He said
now, a UK size 12 is American 13, right?
Yes, that's what I got in Malaysia. I got a UK 12.
Yeah.
But they didn't have anything, a US 13, UK 12, nothing. Yeah, I did finally find a pair. Even in Japan didn't have my size. And we went to just as many Nike stores as we did in Malaysia, and we couldn't find anything. Yeah. So I was just happy to just, find those and stuff just to, have something from Malaysia. Plus, we still got a few more ringgit too.
Yeah.
We always keep money from whatever country that we go to, maybe, depending on the denomination.
And that's a funny story because when we went up to Highlands, I put $40 in the slot machine. I won 3,000.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
You all remember? Yeah. Well, I ended up paying the hotel bill with the money that I won from the slot machine. And I said, cancel it from my credit card. And here, I'll pay cash. And they said, okay, no problem. We can do that. And I got a receipt for both. And I still had like 7,000 ringgits left.
Nice.
So Darlene went over to the Philippines on Wednesday, take the kids back. And I said, here's 4,000 ringgits, which is, about 100,000 baht. And I said, go ahead and take that with you and exchange it at the currency exchange. And you got some extra spending money. I don't need it,
Right, exactly.
I'm not going to use it. I said, besides, we ain't going back this year, so don't worry about it.
Right. We thought you changed the ringgit back for baht.
No.
Okay.
And so she took it with her. And on Thursday, she called me and she said, babe, I went to Western Union. They said they wouldn't take it. I went to the bank. They said, no, we won't take it here either. So she couldn't exchange it and she's bringing it back with her.
Wow.
Yeah.
They don't have any currency exchange?
They do, but they'll only take certain currencies like dollars, US, Canadian, Australian dollars, euros, or British pounds. But they wouldn't touch ringgits, and it's in another Asian country.
Right.
Yeah.
That's strange.
Weird.
Yeah.
That weird. They wouldn't touch it.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things too. We heard Philippines,
but she was able to exchange Thai baht over there because I gave her a bunch of Thai baht as well. She was able to exchange that, no problem. But they wouldn't touch the ringgits for some reason. Don't know why.
Well, you can kiss that ringgit goodbye. When she get back, she's gonna change it for baht. You ain't gonna see that.
I know that. Yeah, she'll change it here, and I'll never see it again. Yeah.
Darlene.
Yeah. Dennis Starkey says, hello, Coopersthaiadventure. Dennis L.M. Marcella,
hey, that's my guy.
See ya in October.
Hey, that's my guy. That's
Dennis Starkey.
Yeah, I gave him quite a few rides to him and his wife. I love his wife.
Yeah, I do.
love his wife. She's a lot of fun. She's very nice, and Man, we had a blast because we started talking, and you're just like, ni hao ma. And so she's like, oh yeah, Chinese, Chinese,
Yeah.
and stuff. And I was like, no, that's it.
Yeah.
And so then we just had a good time after that. And because we met at the meet and greet. At the meet and greet.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very lovely couple. Man. We love Dennis and his wife. His wife's name skips my mind, but she's really extremely nice.
Do you know her wife's name? His wife's name?
I can't remember.
I can't remember her
I
name.
met her once, but it was
No,
only for like 10 seconds because you all were talking up a storm.
Yeah.
The four of
We
you.
had a
Yeah.
good time. I
So
can't.
you meet so many people. It's
Right.
like,
We did meet a lot of people. Her name, it's not a weird name, but it's like how you pronounce it is a little bit different or whatever. And but I know it's like really, really uniquely like to her and her personality.
It'll come to you.
She's a really, really nice.
they'll come to me afterwards.
Yeah. You'd be like after the live stream. Oh, that was her name. Yeah.
She's a really, really nice lady. Dennis, if you want, put it in the comment. What's your wife's name?
Yeah.
Please.
Terry Fallon, channel member badge next to his name. Thank you very much. Says Dennis and Marcella, what's your favorite thing about living in Thailand?
Food.
I thought you were going to say karaoke with Darlene and the girls.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I do.
Because you
enjoy
guys
being
have
with
a
the girls.
blast.
I do enjoy being with the girls. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you fit right in with them. They love you.
Yeah, I love them too.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
A bunch of troublemakers.
Yeah.
Jafan, that's her name, he says.
Yeah, I know it's something.
Yeah.
I know it's something with a J, but I couldn't
Jifan, if
Yeah,
that's how you pronounce it. Yeah.
Yeah, but my favorite thing about Thailand, I would have to say, is maybe like the weather too. It's hot, but it's not terrible. It's bearable. And I do love the people here. I love the culture and everything. And it's really nice. They have a high tolerance for who you are. Like they don't bother you. It doesn't matter who you are, what you are, or what you believe. They don't really bother you, and I think they really respect it. That's one of the things I really love about Thailand. And the Thai people too, as well. Very nice,
They're very tolerable to anybody.
Yes, very
I
nice,
found
very,
that.
very nice, very polite too, as well. Just as long as you're not doing the wrong thing or doing something disrespectful to them or their culture, I don't think they really have a problem with you.
No,
because we even had a few little bumps in the road or whatever, and it's just a misunderstanding. And then we apologize or whatever. Or there's something that misunderstood. That's why I said it's on me since I don't know the language.
Right. And you, Marcella?
No, she already mentioned the food.
Yeah.
You love the food. Now, do y'all like spicy food?
No.
Well, you come to the wrong damn country then.
No, a tiny bit, but not much.
My pet.
My pet, no spice.
Yeah, no spice. My pet.
Yeah, that's Thai for no spice, folks.
Yeah.
Tony Montana says, good evening, Marcella and Dennis. I didn't realize that you were on the live stream. They were in the pictures in the banner, Tony.
Yeah, man. Where were you, man?
Yeah.
Nah, Tony's another good guy, too.
Yeah, I like Tony.
Well. Yeah. He came to hang out with us. We talked chit-chat for a little bit.
Yeah. Rodney, a channel member badge next to his name, thank you very much, says, good morning, Coop, Darlene, and special guest.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rodney.
Good morning. He must be in the West.
Yes.
He must be in his he was coming over soon, right?
I think he's coming over the end of the year, he said.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Am I right, Rodney? You coming over the end of the year? Let us know in the comments
time
down
is
below.
ticking quick, man, because I can remember being in the US and just typing away, asking you a billion questions.
Yes, every live stream.
Just typing away. Hey man, what'd you think about
Only
this?
one more question, Coop. Only
What
one
about
more
this?
question, Coop. Only one
What
more
about
question,
this?
Coop.
What
Yeah.
about that? And then all of a sudden that time ticked down, and before you know it, now we on the other end of the TV screen. Now we not, we're the ones here and
he's here. He's saying here? Down below. Yeah. So he's in Thailand now.
Really?
Wow.
Good evening, not good morning.
Yeah, it's good evening. You're right. Well spotted, Marcella. W Secret to Success says, hello, gents. Dennis. That's a great tip on the compression socks for the long flight. My legs were swollen for about 3 days after arriving back from Thailand.
Yeah, compression socks really good because, like I said, they keep the blood in the upper extremities. So it's almost like you know how the fighter pilots and they have those suits with the bladders in it.
Yeah.
So when they hit those really high G's, it squeezes and it keeps the blood in the upper extremities because it pulls the blood from the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And
so they don't pass out.
Exactly. So they black out. So it's similar to, it's not that sophisticated, but compression socks are similar to that by keeping the blood up there. Because when you don't have it, it'll just pool down, you know, down by your calves and stuff like that. So the compression socks is a great game changer. And also too, another thing that I do as well, even if I don't have any aches and pains, sometimes I just take painkillers just because I'm going to be sitting for so long.
So you're doing it because you know in advance.
Right. I know in advance that it's going to be, you know, squirrely, whiny, like your hips from sitting so long. And
so you take some Tylenol or aspirin.
Tylenol. Take some Tylenol or Advil or something like that. And then I'm usually pretty much okay, because usually lasts for like 12 hours, I guess. So the flight's really not that long. I just took them once when I got over there. And then basically the excitement of getting closer and closer, you know, you watch a little map on the plane on the back of you, in the front of the seat in front of you. Yeah. And you watch, we was excited like that. And then looking at countries when we got there, you know, South Korea, we flew over Japan and stuff like that. So that once you know, your adrenaline start going and stuff, then you don't really think about it. But the initial, usually take a painkiller before you even get on, even if you're not hurting or anything like that. And compression socks is a big deal. Yeah.
Now you said something to me before the live stream that you wanted to talk about on the live stream. You still want to talk about it or skip over that?
Yeah, I guess we could talk about it. Might as well, because I think it might help somebody. So basically, one of the reasons why we actually moved out here to Thailand, and a few people know it. Some close friends know it. Of course, you know it. You know, like I said, close friends, and a few people back home, and also too, some people that I shared it with on another live stream, but it's not as big as this one. Don't have as many subscribers. So I just wanted to let everybody out there know, in Coopersville and abroad, and anyone that you know, a loved one, make sure, because as men don't really like to go to the doctor. Women obviously need more maintenance, you know, so they usually go to the doctors more frequent, and they don't really have any issues with going to the doctor. But as men, we usually hate it and we don't like it. So you definitely need to get the prostate exams. It's not the finger thing anymore. They take blood, but you definitely need to go to the hospital and get checked out. The reason why I say that was because just last year, before we got here, I was diagnosed with cancer. So I do have cancer. I'm not invalid. I'm not crazy. I mean, life gave me lemons, so I'm making lemonade. But what I have exactly is chronic lymphatic leukemia. Chronic means that it's happening slowly. Lymphatic, it's interrupting my lymphatic system, which is your waste management, if you will, or your system with the system in your body where the waste is taken away from. And leukemia, of course, because it affects my blood. So basically, the doctors said, the nerve of the doctors, they actually had the nerve to tell me that being that I have cancer, that I have actually the best cancer that you could actually have. I'm like, what cancer is good, you know? So, but they said that basically I will die with it versus from it. So I know a shout out to the Jackson family, and you know, oh man, there's so many people. This young lady by the name of Nikisha, she died of leukemia. But the leukemia she had was real aggressive. So as soon as she found out, it was like she was gone within months.
Wow.
So a lot of people, when they hear leukemia, they hear like the very, very worst thing. Or if they hear cancer, they hear the very, very worst of it. But I just want you to get checked out. So basically how it happened was I was trying to get another insurance policy over a certain limit. And once you reach like 500,000 to $1 million, they want to have a physical. So in the physical, when I had to take the blood work came back, and the blood work, you know, my white blood cells were was off the chart. So basically, with the chronic lymphatic leukemia, it happens is that your white blood cells only make, but to put it the way the doctor told me, he told me like an analogy. He said basically your body make the white blood cells, and let's say if it makes 10, only one white blood cell is acting correctly. One white blood cell is an adult, and the 9 of them are teenagers. So, you know, teenagers do whatever they want. So their body have to keep making more to compensate for it. And then it starts to affect their body like that, you know. I started getting cold, and then, you know, and I'm hardly ever cold. I'm always a hot person. Like I could sleep during the wintertime with just a sheet, you know, no covers or anything like that. And I mean, no blankets or anything like that. But you know, and I started realizing I'm getting cold and wasn't feeling right. And then I went to go get checked out. And one day I just was out of it. And I went to the hospital and they said, man, we got to keep you. You know, my white blood cells are through the roof. My pressure was high, you know, just everything. So basically, I just want you guys to, you know, before it's too late, you know, even though if your wife is nagging you or something like that, and she's really getting on your nerve, she's not really getting on your nerve. She really is concerned about your well-being, which is basically what my wife was doing. She's concerned about your well-being. And of course, we want to be there for our loved ones. So this is why I wanted to share something extremely personal with you all guys in Coopersville, just to let y'all know to please get checked out, get blood work done and everything. And it's basically to the point to where it's not really controllable. There's no cure, but there are things and stuff that you could do to mitigate that and to stretch your life a little bit longer, which is one of the reasons why I retired here, is because I wanted to get rid of a lot of stress of the West. And I also wanted to relinquish a lot of the responsibilities that I had, the house, the car, insurances and everything and all of that. So, but I don't want anybody to feel sad for me. I don't want nobody to, you know, because it's a thing, like when somebody find out, it's like, oh, like, you know, you okay? I'm sorry to hear that and stuff. And so, you know, they kind of make you feel a little differently and stuff, which I understand. I appreciate the sympathy. I appreciate the love, but, you know, just treat me regular. I'm regular. And then when I'm not here, then just remember the good times or how I made you laugh or how I pissed you off. It doesn't really matter. But ultimately, I just want to just let everybody know just to get checked out and to make sure you go to your doctor. And they're not as bad as you think. You know, sometimes you need to find out these things, especially in our older age. I'm 53 years old. And a lot of times your body do start to react and behave differently when you reach age 50. So I just thought I wanted to share that with you, especially you men out there. Make sure you get checked out. Make sure you get your blood work done and try to prevent whatever it is that you have or don't have. But, you know, I just wanted to let everybody know that little bit. And I hopefully that it helps someone, even if it helps someone just go to the doctor, make an appointment. I've did what I was supposed to do. So I just wanted to share that. And I appreciate you letting me share that too.
Yeah, no problem.
With the community and with Coopersthaiadventure and stuff like that, just to maybe see if it can help somebody out there. Because I think it's important that we know and that is something that I really wanted to share, even though regardless of how personal it may be.
Now, you found out about this before you came to Thailand and you still chose to come out here and retire?
Yes. Because whatever little bit of life that I have left, I didn't want it to be under stress. So I wanted to come out here. I wanted to, even though Thailand do have its own stresses, but it's not like the same like in the West. You know, worrying about paying the mortgage, getting everything done, worry about getting to work, doing a good job, car insurance, life insurance, health insurance. You know, you're getting robbed every time you go to the doctor, and you know you're paying all this money. You still got a copay, so they double dipping with the health care, and you know all those type of things. And just I just wanted to relinquish all of that. Come to the land of smiles. Plus, it's a little bit better. Actually, I've been feeling better since I've been here.
Okay.
Because actually, the sun actually is very powerful. It actually helps you. It not only just give you vitamin D, it actually recharges your whole body. We are batteries, and the sun is the power that charges that battery. And there is no life without the sun. Right. So even just getting that, and also too sweating, getting the sweat and toxins out of your body and things like that. And then just the peace and tranquility of sometimes in the morning, sometimes I take the bike out and just go to the beach and just listen to the ocean. Or sometimes if we bored, we in the house, we feel the AC too much. Sometimes we go out, we take the truck, we take the chairs, and we go sit on the beach and just listen to, sometime at night too. It's still hot, sweat a little bit, and then just go and just listen to the water and just feel that peace. And
so you say, you're saying, in other words, you feel healthier here?
Yes. I feel much healthier here, regardless of how I feel about driving and things. That's more like a mosquito, like getting bit. It's like, like, you know, something bit me. So it's kind of like that, but in overall, the grand scheme of things, it's a little bit more healthier here. Even the food is better. Even when we went to McDonald's tastes totally different.
It does, yeah.
Like here, I'm like, wow, this tastes like actual food. You know, so but still, with that being said, you know, most of the food and stuff is fresh and everything. Most of the food here is a little bit better. It's not as many chemicals and things like that. You can't eat wrong. You can't eat a lot of things that you should, which is basically what I have. I'm trying to get back on track with that. but ultimately, you know, it's a little bit more peaceful here, like a little bit more peace of mind and every, you know, tranquil. Like I said, the people are nice, they work with you and everything. So I haven't had the same stresses here that I had in the United States.
So how have you found the differences between the medical here and in the US, the hospitals, for example?
Oh, please, by comparison, it's beautiful out here. By comparison, it's only costs a third of the price. And let's just say, for an example, when we go get our medicine, we go get our medicine and we tell them what we want, and they give it to us. Let's say if I was feeling sick, I don't need a prescription for antibiotics. I say, hey, I need some antibiotics, and they give me antibiotics. You know, I say I need this, I need that. They give me whatever medicines that I have in reference to. They give it to me. Now, in reference to the cancer medicine, excuse me.
Sure, go ahead.
It was $1,500 US copay
Per month.
Per month,
Wow.
and it was only for 60 pills.
Right.
So
and here,
so here we don't know. We're supposed to go to a doctor and find out and get a prescription, but I haven't. I've been dealing without it, and my body's still been feeling really good.
Okay.
Without taking it. So and plus, it's like everything isn't really or shouldn't be in a pill, like everything, because you know here too. I noticed that there's no coating on pills here.
That's right.
So like in the US, that coating is actually petroleum.
Yeah,
So
they put codeine on it. Yeah.
Right. So even the coating is not good for you. So here is no coating. A lot of times the medicine worked really quick. Okay, perfect example. Went to the dentist. Well, you know about the dentist and stuff too.
Yeah.
Much cheaper. Went to the dentist, got a tooth pulled. Went there the day before. They gave me an appointment for the very next day. 2 people in front of me. Took 20 minutes to take care of them. I was in there for about 20 minutes and about 45 minutes total. Did the extraction. She did what I asked her to do. She didn't suggest anything. She didn't say I need to go to a specialist like in the US. I didn't have to wait any longer. Took care of it. And it was only $31 US. And she gave me medication on the spot.
Yeah.
I didn't have to go to a pharmacy.
Now, what would the same procedure cost you in the US?
Oh, man. Just me having the insurance, paying through the job, even if the job was paying some, my copay would have been more than that. My copay would have probably been like maybe $100 just for a copay, just to get it taken out, much less what I'm paying for.
Now, without the insurance and the copay.
Without the insurance, no insurance, nothing. It was $31 US.
No, what would it cost you in the US without insurance and all that?
Without insurance, maybe $300 to $500 probably.
$300 to $500
for.
And I'm asking because I've been out the States since the millennium.
Extraction,
So I've been a defense contractor for the U.S. Army for the last 27 years.
Right.
You know, so I've been out the States for so long, I can't tell you what it is anymore. You know, so I rely on y'all. You know,
right.
You know, that have recently come over to update me what things are like back home. Yeah.
Yeah, everything is so expensive now. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like even diesel, like a liter of petrol, diesel petrol here is
$30.
Yeah, about 30, 31, 32.
Depending which gas station you go to, yeah.
Right. So like typically PTT is about 31, 32.
31, yeah.
That's pretty much $1.
Yeah.
A liter.
Under $1. Yeah.
Right.
Just under $1.
Right. So still by the time I fill it up, it take 80 liters, which is about 24 gallons. I'm spending maybe $60 to fill up my tank. It would be way more than that in the US, over $100. Easy. And for diesel, it would be more because diesel now costs more than regular gas in the United States. Before, regular gas used to be more.
Yeah.
Like diesel costs, I think, 50 to 90 cents more than premium.
Wow.
Some places $1.
Wow.
More so.
Diesel's the cheaper one here, and gasoline is more expensive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because diesel is basically a byproduct of making gasoline and stuff like that.
Correct.
So, so that's the thing. But here it's a little bit cheaper with a lot of different things. So I just wanted to share that with everybody and stuff. Like I said, I don't want anybody, to feel sad or sorry for me or, come rubbing me on my back or something like that, when they see me and stuff. But, it's fine. I mean, if you have a kind word for me or whatever, I appreciate it, but it's really not necessary. I just wanted to let people know so they know that there's So they know that they know somebody with it and that they could defeat it too as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or at least minimum get checked out.
Yeah. Now, I must admit, you did tell me this in confidence. And I'd known Dennis, folks, for about 2 months by the time that you told me that you had cancer.
Yeah.
And I remember you said to me, you said, hey, Cooper, you know, you and I became really good friends, and I trust you. I like you, you know, and there's something I want to tell you, you know, but I wanted you to get to know me first before I told you this.
Right, right.
You know, because I didn't want you to judge me any differently than the way you have been for the last couple of months.
Yes, because people do treat you different when they do find out that you have it. Because that's usually, like I said, that's typically the first thing. Like, you know, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I mean, which I understand. I would feel the same way too when somebody told me, you know, but I mean, like I said, it's life, man. They give you lemons, man, make lemonade. That's all. That's
but I'm glad it ain't gonna kill you, but you're gonna die with it.
Yeah, they said I die with it.
That's a blessing in itself.
Versus dying from it.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different. So I just want people out there to just get checked out, and the stigma with doctors, especially us men, we need to be a little bit more, do our due diligence in reference to going to the doctor and getting checked out, especially if you're over 50, any age, but especially over 50. And that's when things start to really break down.
Yeah. Now I want you to know something, man, and this is right from the heart. I love you, brother. You know that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
And I want you to stay on top of this, and you know,
yeah, for sure.
Follow up on it with the doctors here.
Yeah, for sure.
They're excellent doctors. You know, I'm type 2 diabetic.
Right.
I don't hide that from nobody. You know, and they've been absolutely fantastic. This, you know, Bangkok Hospital in Pattaya. I highly recommend it. State of the art.
And that's one of the things too. I said you share your diabetic diagnosis with everybody, and that's something really personal too. Excuse me, because that's something that people don't really necessarily need to know. But with your honesty, and I like being honest too, but you know, that's something I don't know. I guess really it's both still personal, but the fact that we're able to share with you guys and just wanted to let you know, I just wanted to maybe just hope that it'll help anyone, even just if they make, like I said, I reiterate, make an appointment to go see the doctor, get some blood work and stuff done. If it does that, then I'm good to go. Then my life has served its purpose, you know. Just to want people to just go out there, just get checked out. And I keep saying that too as well. Yeah, it's important because you want to live long. You know, we only come around once. Yeah, as far as we know. Yeah, we only come around once. Some people believe otherwise, and if they do, that's fine too as well. But as far as we know, we only come around once. So make the best of it. Stuff. So make the best of it and stuff. And I love all you guys, you know, Malcolm, Katea, you know, the missus, Miss Darlene and Bunchy Leanne. We had a great time and everything. So
you hung with our kids,
So I just want to, you know, everybody that I met, the people whose names I forgot, Dennis and his wife and everybody and stuff. You know, all the new guys.
They called Brooks and Jackie too now.
Yeah, Mr. Brooks. Yeah, we saw Jackie.
Yeah, my kids called you Auntie Marcella. Did you hear them? They're going Auntie Marcella, Auntie Marcella. Yeah.
Oh, I know, right? Now I got to spoil them right.
Got to give them money. But I just thought I figured I'd share that and stuff and just let everybody know. You know, what was really going on and stuff like that. So I wanted to, since you're brave about it, I wanted to be brave too.
Well, I brought it up and I put my personal stuff out there because I wanted people to know that are other diabetics, you know, around the world that watch our channel, that yes, you can get the right medical treatment here.
Yes.
And it's a lot cheaper than it is in the States.
Yes.
You know, I take a Sempic, you know, I pay 12,000 baht for a pen. It lasts me, you know, a month. And you know, that's $300. You know, in some country around the world, on the other side of the planet, you know, it's well over $1,000 per pen.
Yes, it's a shame how they do it.
You know, so it is a lot cheaper over here.
Yeah,
in comparison.
Yeah, because of all the medicines that we get from the pharmacy, we would need a prescription for.
Yeah. And over here, you can get anything you want over the counter, pretty much.
Period.
You can get morphine over the counter here in Thailand.
Oh, that's crazy.
If you're in pain, you got real bad toothache or something, and the dentist is closed till Monday, for example, and it's Saturday, you can go to the pharmacy and get some morphine tablets.
Oh, that's crazy.
Take the pain away.
Like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
No, I don't need anything like that. That's a little bit too much.
The only issue, a few till Monday, but they'll give them to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess
They ain't gonna give you enough that you
control,
can overdose on or something, but they'll give you a couple to keep you going till Monday.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So back to the comment section.
All
Terry
right.
Fallon, and thank you for sharing that, Dennis.
Hey, no
Much
worries, man.
appreciated.
No worries.
Very big of you for doing it. Terry Fallon, Chellam member, badge next to his name. Thank you very much. Says, Coop, time to get busy, so I have to go. Thanks for coming on, Dennis and Marcella.
Cool.
Take care, Terry.
Thanks, Terry.
Scott Coswell says, morning all. Arrived Thursday. We'll meet everyone Tuesday night. Yes, please come on by to our meet and greet, 6 p.m.
Welcome
Fraser
to the
Sports Bar in John TM.
Yeah, I'll look forward to meeting him too.
Yeah. He'll come up and introduce and say, I saw you on the live stream. Rodney says, I am Lawrenceville, Georgia. I'm in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and I am coming over at the end of the year. I thought he said end of the year. Yeah. I finally got things straightened out with the VA couple, all the things that I need to get all settled. So I will be there. Well done. Get yourself on the FMP, Foreign Medical Program, Rodney, and then the VA will cover you over here through Bangkok Hospital. Nice. So they will build the VA for you directly. It takes about 2 weeks to get set up. Do it online, and you'll be approved within 2 weeks. Yeah.
Cool.
And we got our first super chat. It's $9.99. Super chat from Experience Him. Good morning from America. You know him?
Oh, that's my son.
That's your son. Oh, wow.
Baby boy, I love you, man.
I saw him. I spoke to him on the phone when we were on holiday. I said hello to him.
We did the video chat. Thanks a lot, baby boy. I appreciate that. I sent them a message with the thumbnail that you used for us. I said, hey, baby, we're going to be on in about 8, which is about 7 in the morning.
His time?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's in Brooklyn.
He's in Brooklyn.
Yeah, he's still in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my baby boy. That's my mini me. he's the reason why I'm living this long.
Every day of the vacation, you were on the phone talking.
Yeah,
to him.
always talking.
So you and him must be pretty tight.
Yeah, I talk to my son every day.
That's good. That's good. I hope me and my son are that way too when he grows up.
He's my continuation.
You know,
so it's like I'm choked up a little bit because that's my boy, and I love him. He's like I say, he's my part too. Like if I was to pass right now and just leave this, no, it's not even about that.
Still,
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about my blood runs through him. So he will be my continuation once I leave here. So that he's
so if there is an afterlife, you're gonna come back and stand on his shoulder wherever he goes.
Probably
I wish. But no, I'll definitely be looking after him and watching over him. So I'm always be with him regardless, whether or not I'm from here. But that's my boy. I love my boy.
I could tell that when you were talking to him, and it was a pleasure. What's his name?
His name is Dennis.
Dennis. Okay, Dennis.
Well, this experience in him is like because he's a barber. He's a professional barber.
Yeah.
And so when you go to experience him when you get a cut,
stuff
like that. So being with him is not just a cut; it's an experience.
Well, tell him come on over here. I need a haircut. It's getting too long.
Yeah, he can cut your hair really well too.
Okay,
yeah, he cuts straight hair as well. Yeah.
Oh, no problem. That's all right. Yeah, Dennis, it was a pleasure meeting and talking to you on the phone when we were on vacation in Koh Samui.
Yeah, that's my baby boy.
So Kind One says, Dennis and Marcella, what type of visa do you all have?
We have
a retirement visa.
Yeah, retirement visa. So could be both over 50. She may not look it, but she's way over 50.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, no. We over 50, so we have a retirement visa, and we did go through Mr. Singh. Cooper did recommend, a great person. He gets the job done. Very efficient, very thorough. He answers the phone in a timely fashion. Even if he can't get back to you right away, he'll get back to you. He'll let you know that he'll get back to you within a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
And he live up to his word.
Yeah, he's good, man.
Yeah, Mr. Singh is pretty good. Really good.
Yeah. So you both here on a retirement visa?
Yes, both here on retirement visas.
Yeah. There you go. So Kind One. W6 Secret to Success vlog says, that's another great tip on the painkillers too. Much appreciated, bro.
Hey, no worries.
You're full of good advice.
Hey, whatever I could do to let people know.
Yeah. Yeah, Rodney says, at the end of the year, he'll be here. Be a pleasure to meet you, Rodney.
We'll still be here. We'll still be here.
Mike D says, Dennis, I wish you the best. Is there any chance of the cancer healing?
No, there's no chance. It's not going to get any better. It's not.
Is there any chance it can get any worse?
Yes.
Or is it just something that is living with you in the background? And
no, it's a chance to get worse. It could get worse.
Okay.
It definitely could get worse. Because, like I said, your lymphatic system is like your waste management for your body.
So what part of your body is it in?
My whole body, my entire body.
Your whole body?
It's in the bloodstream.
It's in the blood.
Ah, it's in your blood.
Leukemia is blood.
Okay, I'm not a medical expert.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So like the CLL, the chronic lymphatic leukemia, like I said, chronic just means it happens over time. That is chronic. That is continuously happening. The lymphatic, the L for the lymphatic system, like I said, is your waste management.
Right.
So basically, if the waste is not working, then your body toxifies even just from that, from it not working right. So the white blood cells is not really doing any job of what they're supposed to do. And then leukemia means just it's dealing with my blood. So it's throughout my whole system. So there's no isolation for it. There's nothing that I can do, to make it really any better. I could just more like control it. Yeah. And do various things, things that clean your blood, things that clean your kidney, natural foods, and,
blood thinners.
Things of that nature. So, but there's no cure, there's no anything for it. So basically I'm gonna
in the States.
Yeah. There's no cure for a period.
Because over here in Thailand, they got a whole different medical system than we got in the States, and they got a lot of approved things that we don't have approved in America.
Right. I mean, I could definitely look into that too as well. And then plus, I think it'd probably be better, more holistic, because your body can heal itself, but it's just what you have to put into it. It's what you put into it. It's like anything. If you put bad gas in your car, it won't run. Yeah. So it's the same thing. So if we keep putting trash in our body, it's
Now you said when you were in the States, you were feeling sick and rough and all this other stuff.
Yes.
How you been feeling in the last 10 months here?
I've been feeling much better.
Have you been feeling sicker at all, or
no? Not at all.
So it's changed. Yeah.
So it's changed, and this is not feeling sick without the medication.
And you're not taking the medication either.
Right. Exactly.
Wow.
So my whole attitude, my mind frame towards Thailand, the weather and just dealing with things and stuff, even though some things, excuse me, the 90 days is it's an annoyance, but it's necessary.
I just give my passport to Sing and say take care of it.
Right. And I'm just saying, it's an annoyance, but it's necessary. So plus it's an experience to go down there and do whatever. That's minor. Yeah. So
I can just give Sing $5, say go take care of it.
No, but
I don't worry about it.
But this is what I'm saying. Yeah. The stresses here is nothing like in the US.
Yeah.
So even though my son is grown, he doing his own thing or whatever, I don't really worry about him or whatever too much. My daughter's grown or whatever too as well. Our relationship is not as strong, but it's there. But still, she's grown, she's an adult, she's doing her own thing. So I'm not really worried about them. My main concern is, me right now, and just trying to get better and, be there as long as I can.
And Marcella, have you noticed a big difference in Dennis since he's retired out here to Thailand, health-wise?
Yes, because when it first started, he was cold. It was like, you're never cold. So, once that happened, like, you need to go to the doctor. Something's wrong. So when he did that, it was a shock to me.
Right.
Also, too, because it was just like, what? So we both sitting there, just mind boggled about the whole situation. But once we got a hold of everything and this and that, but I just, because we was talking about, I was like, you know what, let's do it. Let's just move to Thailand.
Yeah, she initially planted the seed, but she really stressed me about going to the doctor. Like she's like, no, we going. Like that day I was feeling really bad, and they said, how are you walking?
Right.
I said, why are you not on the ground having a stroke? Like they really said some really rude about the curse. Yeah. They really said some rude stuff to me. They said, you should be dead.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? Oh, thanks. But I'm not. So what are you going to do?
Right.
Oh, you should be dead. How are you walking? How are you this? How are you that? I'm like, so it wasn't really, that nice. The bedside manner is not the greatest. Something to be whatever, but yeah.
Once we found out and, our brains finally registered.
Yeah, because it sucked.
Because once you hear cancer.
I know, that's like your worst fear right there.
Yeah. She told me, they told me when they did the preliminary blood test, it was like, oh, you have cancer. it was like a gut punch you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah, because my sister had the same thing.
Yeah, my old man died of cancer.
Right, but she had the same thing he had, and it was bad. So that's the first thing came to my mind, that he was going to go.
Right.
So at that point, it was just like, it took me a while to handle it. So.
Yeah, because it was it was an extreme gut punch because when you think cancer, you just think death.
Yeah.
You just
clock's ticking, Yeah.
Right. So initially I'm like, you know what? F it. I'm gonna just crash and burn. I'm gonna start smoking, I'm gonna start drinking, and I'm gonna burn the candles from both ends, and in the middle, I don't care. I'm just gonna go because I'm dead anyway.
Right.
So that was my initial thought. And then I thought, like, no, I'm living, number one for myself, my wife, my son, my daughter, things of that nature, and I just wanted to just continue to be here for as long as I could versus crashing and burning, And so I didn't want that. And that wasn't right. And it wasn't, it was selfish. So once I got it and it got settled in and everything, so I started to think about the whole lemonade thing. Like, life is throwing me this curve. Maybe it's for a reason. I don't know. Because I didn't tell people. I didn't really want people to know I was jaded initially at first. And then when I started telling people, it was like, oh, I feel better. Like it was almost like a weight being lifted a little bit. So that's why I thought about sharing tonight. I wanted to do it last live, but I was like, no, maybe it might be too soon. Keep it a little bit lighthearted. The first time I said maybe the next time we'll get a little bit heavy, which is I'm glad that I did, that I'm able to actually share that. So,
but please go get a checkup.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
For me, I'll take it. I'll pay for it if you want. I love you like a brother. I've told you that. I'll take you down there tomorrow if you want to go.
I have to make an appointment.
We've been talking about it too, because we went past Bangkok Hospital, Pattaya Hospital. She's like, oh baby, you gotta make an appointment.
Because they got fantastic medication over here that we ain't even got in the States.
Yeah, because some things they do, like they don't really consider to be experimental.
Yeah. You know how long it takes for a medication to get improved in the US? Like 20 years.
A lot of years. FDA.
And over here it's 5 years.
Really?
5 years it takes to get approved. So they have to do the same sort of trials that we do.
Know,
but it's approved within 5 years.
But they said the medicine that I gave them that I was taking, they said they have it here. They said they have the exact same thing, but I would have to go to the doctor for it and stuff and everything. And still, even when I got here, procrastinating still. I'm like, I want to go to the doctor, whatever. I still been feeling good, but I still need to make sure that I get checked out. So
you may find it subsided and your body's a lot stronger than you thought.
Yes, it's a possibility.
And that's what I'm thinking, because you're incredibly strong.
Yes.
You're a very strong individual. Yeah. From the waist up, that is. But no,
it's not your baby.
But no, you're an incredibly strong individual. So
thank you.
I think that if you went to the doctor, you probably get some good news.
Right.
I hope, but that's you're eating a lot healthier. You're not putting all that bacteria that we got in American food in your body.
Right.
Because
that's one of the things too.
And you're eating fresh fruit out here,
Oh yeah, lots of fruit.
You're eating lots of mango, and everything else. Is
watermelon,
all good vitamins for you.
Yellow watermelon is my favorite. And you know what I found to be better too?
What's that?
I found that getting the watermelon and the fruit off them little trucks on the back of the trucks is better.
They come straight from the farm.
Better in the supermarket.
Yeah, it is. It comes straight from the farm to the truck to your neighborhood.
The watermelon still be dirty.
Yeah.
Like, oh, perfect. I want that one. Yeah.
Exactly. Perfect. That just came out the ground yesterday.
Exactly. So we usually ride around looking for those guys too. Very, very good guys.
Yeah.
And stuff. And it's helpful too, because it helps them, help the local guys.
Yeah. Alfa Romeo says, Dennis, wish you all the best and looking forward to seeing you both, you and Marcella soon. Yeah, he'll be back out here in July.
Seeing you too.
For 1 week. He's just coming over for a week. He's got a week off work. He's going to be, I think, in Taiwan or somewhere in the area.
Okay.
Anyways, for a business conference, and then he's going to come over here for a week and pick up Pin and take her back to Canada, introduce her to the family.
Take her back to Canada, eh?
Yeah. Lovely girl. She'll love
Shout
it.
out to Mr. Brooks, eh?
Philippines in full effect says, I'm a stage 4 non-Hodgkin lymphoma cancer survivor, Dennis. Been in remission since December 1990. Stay strong with that positive attitude, brother. That goes a long way in the journey.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Now that guy looks good.
Yes.
He does.
That guy looks real good.
Yeah.
He told me he was like 106 or something.
I'm
only kidding. I'm only kidding. No, but I think he got me about 10 years.
Yeah.
And man,
He looks good for his age.
He's in shape too.
Yeah. Mike D says, I hear you on the stress reduction. I live in New York and it's expensive and stressful. And there really is no advantage putting yourself in that type of situation. We need to live to the fullest every day.
Yes.
Oh,
Amen.
Yeah. Thanks, man. That's for sure. Yeah, because we lived in Brooklyn for, our whole lives. And basically, that's one of the reasons why we went to Georgia to kind of like lower the stress and everything. But it's still in the United States, but it was way less the United States. Super quiet at night. That's why we're looking to get either like the pool villa or, something really quiet like Banks or Ray. We used to that. Being in Georgia, we was in the suburbs.
That's what I want.
Yeah, a lot of people just haven't even heard of Woodstock.
Yeah.
So I was like, Woodstock? What's that? Just what you thought. Like
New York.
The festival.
Upstate New York, yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't know about it or anything, but yeah.
Jimi Hendrix and all that. Yeah.
Quiet,
that's what I was thinking.
Place.
Yeah.
Quiet.
Captain Action with the badge next to his name. Thank you very much. A channel supporter says, Henry from Tampa, Dennis. Your courage is outstanding. Thank you for sharing your story. Cooper, I think he deserves a high five. Great advice, Dennis. Yeah,
cool,
yeah, brother.
No doubt, man.
Big respect to you, man. Big respect.
Yeah, listen, and thanks a lot, Captain Action. It is it was tough sharing. I didn't know how I could say it. I just, mustered up the words and just let it be known. So it's not good to keep things to yourself either, because it'll eat you up and stuff. So I just, wanted.
But I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're living the dream, and I'm glad I have the opportunity to meet both of you.
Yeah, we actually
spend time with you.
We actually able to do things that we wanted to do, like drive to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Drive to Phuket and go to Koh Samui, and just riding around. Even when we go to Bang Saray or we drive to even something as simple as going to Route 66 on Mondays. It's always a great time. Yeah, like meeting you guys and seeing, just shooting the stuff and just having a good time, man. It's nice to meet up and talk with folks.
It's a pleasure to know you, man.
Oh yeah, same here.
And there you go. Experience him sends a $1.99 super thanks. Says, that's my pops. You're gonna be good.
I know, baby boy. I know. Just seeing this picture and said, well, we video chat a lot and everything. That's just like I said, he's my continuation. He's my part 2. So is my mini me, and
I'm not sure if he means that you're gonna be good to me or
no.
As a good friend or
about me. No, okay. I'm gonna be good.
Okay.
As far as like
gotcha.
Like he says that a lot to me about it, because sometimes like with him, I share some worries that sometimes I may not be able to share with my wife, that I sometimes he because he's my son.
Yeah.
So we have a great excuse me,
something that you only feel comfortable talking to another man about.
Yeah, exactly. So we have a great
girls are
great
the same
relationship.
Yeah.
We have a great relationship. So like I said, that's just my mini me. Ever since day one, the moment I laid eyes on him, and because I knew he was gonna be him before he was even born.
So you're a very proud father.
Yes.
Well
because even when his mother was pregnant, she didn't know for sure. And one day my mama was making biscuits, and it's my best thing, one of my favorite things on the planet. I really miss her for that too. But and I regurgitated my mama biscuits. Got on the phone, I called her. I said, I want my son. Like, she was thinking about other alternatives. And I was like, no. I want my son. That's my son. Like, period. Like before, like early on. And when he came out, when we got the test, come to find out he was a boy, man, I almost flipped and everything. So that's why he's
you see a little tadpole there in the picture there. I'm the sonogram that they do there. Yeah.
Well, I'm Dennis Maurice. He's Dennis.
Okay.
So
it's not a junior then.
No, he's not a junior. He's still Dennis Lucis. I'm Dennis Lucis too as well, but I'm more recent. He's Jamal, so he got his own identity because I named him after the friend that I have a tattoo on my arm of. His nickname was Jay, but his first name was Jamal.
Okay.
So that's why his name is Dennis Jamal.
Okay.
So we call him DJ for short.
Right. Thank you, DJ. Very, very appreciate it. I hope I get a chance to meet you in person.
Oh yeah.
Is he coming? Got any plans to come out here and visit?
He's going to
Thailand?
come eventually. He's going to come eventually.
I'd love to meet him.
He just got to get his stuff together and all that.
If he's a mini you, I'll love him straight away.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, the passports and all that stuff. You got to get all his ducks lined up in the room. Right. And I told him I help him come out here because he's been intrigued ever since I've been out here. Like even just the time change.
Yeah. Now is he married?
No, he's not married. He's 28. So I told him to come over here.
He come out here, he ain't going back.
I told him, I said, if you do come out here, it'll be easy to find a lady. So he liked them, the really short Thai ladies and stuff. Well,
you need to get with Alfa Romeo, see if Pin's got some friends.
Hey, she's from the Philippines, right?
No, Thai.
She Thai?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's from Udatani.
I think he went Philippines first and then maybe Thailand. Something
okay.
Like you got an affinity for Filipino women.
Okay. You know. Yeah, they're good women too. They're both good women. Yeah. Mike D said, I have to have an extraction. It depends on the tooth. I pay all cash. It was $600. Ooh. Wow.
I told you
so he ain't got no copay.
Between 3 and 5.
Or insurance through work.
That's crazy.
$600 for an extraction.
See, he in New York, so I know he didn't.
Oh, please. He probably had to pay.
And over here, you paid $31?
$31 US.
Yeah.
And
that was with medication, too.
Yeah, with medication on spot. I didn't have to go to the pharmacy.
No, they gave it to you right there.
Everything. They gave it to me right then and there. He probably had to pay $600 for parking. The dentist was free, probably. Like, it's $600 just to park over here because parking is at a premium in New York.
Yeah.
It's super premium.
You know what I like here? Parking's free.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go to the mall, free. You go to the beach, free. Over in the States, you got the damn meter, the parking meter you got to feed with money.
Definitely.
Yeah. When I was there, you had to put quarters in, but I'm sure it's changed. You probably got scam pay and stuff like that. You put your card and stuff.
Some of them
you know?
got to get like a ticket and stuff because it's some kind of weird meter, depending on where it's at.
Yeah. T-Bear74 INSC says, how is everybody doing? I would like to ask, what insurance did you get over there? And which visa did you use to enter Thailand?
Who, us?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're Americans.
Yeah. Well, no, you came here to Thailand. Yeah. Did you get a visa before you came out? You just got an entry stamp when you got here?
No, we got an entry stamp when we got here.
Yeah. So you got the 60-day entry stamp when you got here?
No, when we got here, it still was only 30 days.
30 days.
So we got the entry stamp, the 30 days, and right after that, as soon as we got here, a couple of days later, we talked to Mr. Singh, and we was off and running like immediately. As soon as we did that, we once we got the stamp and everything, then we did the TikTok services for the driver's license and everything. I mean, as soon as we got here, we started running.
Right.
As soon as we got here, like immediately.
I know you were picking my brain in the States for 6 months.
Oh yeah. Definitely. We was like, hey man, what do you do when you do this? What do you do when you do that? What about this? What about that? I got one more question. Like, all right, cool. What do you think about this? So, how about the cars? What about this? Do some videos on that because I need to know. I need to find out.
Because I remember you sent me an email asking me if I do a consultation, and if so, how much? I said, yeah, I'll talk to you on the phone. I said, it's for free. You said free? I said, yeah. I said, it's free. I don't charge anybody anything. I'm not like the rest of the YouTubers out there want $1,000 for half an hour to talk to you on the phone.
Exactly. So we was really surprised at that. And we was really grateful for that too as well. So that's why I said I asked for a thumbs up. Is really nothing, especially when you give away, great advice or whatever. You tell people, to the best of your ability or knowledge. And if you don't know, you don't just say it. You still, all right, give me a second, let me find out or whatever. Or if you do know, it's ironclad. So pretty much I trust your judgment. You haven't stared me wrong since we've been here.
Thank you. Appreciate that. And as for medical insurance, do you have medical insurance here in Thailand? No. I got Darlene AYA, which is a Thai insurance, which is great up until you're 85. And then they cut you off. which I didn't like. So with that, I went with Pacific Cross for my medical insurance because there's no cutoff age.
Right.
So if you live to be 100, they'll still insure you.
Okay.
Which I like. Whereas a lot of insurance companies over here, they have a cutoff age.
Right.
Pacific Cross is the only one I found that doesn't. And they're one of the cheapest around too.
Okay, cool.
I pay $2,000 baht a year. I'm a couple years older than you. I'm 55.
Right.
And I have no copay.
Oh.
Zero deductible.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Yeah, we need to look into all that and stuff and everything. Because we just been buying our medicine and stuff that we use and take or whatever. And, it don't really
and
cost
after
us too
the
much.
first year, they'll cover you for pre-existing conditions.
Oh, nice.
For the first year, they don't. But for the second year, they do.
Oh, okay.
And I like that. Yeah.
All right, cool. It's something definitely to look into.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I get that through McAllen. He's a British guy, and he owns an insurance broker here in town, and he's got like 30 different insurance companies that you could choose. And he's got a brain tumor in his head. And he was diagnosed with, same as you, with cancer, with brain cancer. And he was told initially 6 months he'd have to live. 6 years later, he's still going strong, and he hasn't paid a penny out of pocket. And he uses Pacific Cross.
Yeah, that's the only thing
they covered everything.
Like, who knows when you're actually going to go?
Exactly. So there you go, T-Bear. That's who I use. A lot of people out here choose to self-insure because it's just so cheap. Tommy Lee says, hey, Dennis, love your energy. Most important is stay happy and positive energy.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's definitely part of it because once I realized that I didn't want to crash and burn, I try to stay positive. That's why I want people to know. You know, I didn't want to just keep it to myself. That's the reason why I wanted people to know. So,
and how's your stress level being here compared to States?
Way less. Way less. A lot of times, even when I was in the States, like I have a digital watch that you know keep track of you know your heartbeat, oxygen.
Yeah, smartwatch.
And I'm chilling at lunch in the States, and I look at my watch. I'm like, wait, I'm stressed out. Like, really? I feel okay. And then since I've been here, it usually stays green.
Yeah. It don't go orange or red.
Right. Orange or red. Even when I'm in a so-called stressful situation, like when I'm driving or something like that, sometimes I just take a look and I say, oh, okay. I'm not really stressed.
It's green.
Yeah.
There you go.
We keep it track with our steps.
Yeah. I get quite a lot of them.
Steps too,
Yeah. We did some walking on that vacation, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
I was getting 10,000 steps a day, especially in those malls.
That's why I have to buy some comfortable shoes.
Yeah.
Koh Samui Mall was beautiful too.
Yes.
I mean, despite the lights went out.
You're the only person I know that goes on vacation to go to the movie theater.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
How many times did you go to the movie theater on vacation? 3?
We went twice.
We went twice.
We went to go see Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
And,
what was that?
No, Sinners.
No,
was it Sinners?
It was the second part of a movie. You said that there was a first part.
no, Accountant.
Accountant 2.
Accountant 2. Yeah,
Accountant 2,
that was good too with Ben Affleck. And,
yeah.
The Punisher guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah. I mean, sure, why not?
Yeah. Captain Action says, please take the time, hit the like button, make my wife smile. Yes, please. She puts a lot of work into our YouTube channel. She's behind the scenes. You don't always see her, but she makes everything happen on the channel. She does all the editing. She does all the screen work, sets all this up every week for us. She is. And so it's just an appreciation for my wife. Hit the thumbs up button because it means a lot. Once we get 100 likes on a live stream, it doesn't matter whether you're watching on a replay or not. YouTube sends it up to the next level on the algorithm, and it sends it out to more people, suggesting they watch our videos.
Right.
So it's really appreciated. It's free. It doesn't cost a penny. Robert Pierpoint says diesel on average in the States is cheaper than $1 a liter. I see it for $2.75 to $3.25 a gallon. A gallon is 3.785 liters. That's correct. At $3.25 a gallon, that's 85 cents a liter, to a low of 72 cents at $2.75 a gallon. Yeah, because we're paying for liters and they're paying for gallons over there.
Robert.
Yeah, Robert Pierpont.
He got all technical and stuff. Hey man, what's the square root of this apartment? I'm only kidding. No, but I get what he's saying though. I'm kind of like that too.
Yeah,
as well. I like to break things down. You know, I didn't know there was. Well, I guess now I know there's other people out there like myself.
But our engines out here are smaller than the U.S.
Yeah,
for a start. And the,
well, at least
the gas tanks are smaller.
I don't know about somebody else.
More fuel efficient, so we get better mileage.
Somebody
and they're paying the you know.
Somebody was overtaking me illegally on the highway. You know, because their engine was bigger than somebody else.
My engine's the same size as yours,
No,
2
it's
liter.
No, yours not a 2 liter. Yours a 3.2.
No, it's not 2 liter. Bi-turbo.
Right, but you got bi-turbo. I got a single turbo.
That's not my fault. Slowpoke. You tried to race me at every damn traffic light and lost.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I won at first, but
for the first 100 yards.
Yeah.
Only because you timed the light, right? Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Live and learn when Mike says, hi, everyone. I'm on, but late. Laughing out loud. Thank you, Mike, for coming on, joining us. Scott Coswell says, Coop, you mentioned a store mall where you can get anything you need in one place. Please refresh my memory on the name of this. Well, where we go for grocery shopping is Villa Market, because it's got the more American and Western products than anywhere else here in Thailand.
We usually shop at Villa Market for very specific things.
Yeah.
Grits, sausage, and
sometimes we get bacon.
Yeah, because we can get our Jimmy Dean sausages there.
Yeah.
Grits, sausage, and
bacon.
Bagels. Yeah, bacon.
They got the American bacon there.
Yeah.
They got the American ham, bologna. Yeah, all that.
Yeah, certain.
Oh, I didn't even check to see if they had turkey.
Yeah,
they
that's
do.
Another thing too.
They got the butterball turkeys there.
Oh, okay.
In the freezer. Yeah.
Yeah, we need.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't found mostly ham
and it's pre-cooked, so all you got to do is warm it up in the oven.
No. We want like a deli style.
Oh
like
yeah,
sliced.
they got the deli style there too.
We need that
in the deli department.
I haven't seen delis like the supermarkets here got they got pharmacies, they got bakeries, they have the fish and all that stuff. And
go into Villa Market, they got deli there.
Delis.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Probably need to go to a different one.
Yeah. So that's the one I use. But they do have several malls out here, Scott. You got Terminal 21, Festival Mall.
Yeah.
Both fantastic malls here.
Yeah.
Koh Samui Festival was really nice.
Yeah.
The Phuket one that's the only thing that was nice about the mall. Because we wasn't really, it was like Phuket. Let's go to the malls.
Yeah. And Tops Daily at Festival Mall is a damn good supermarket. Got a lot of American products in there too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anybody from the US, it's more like Publix for us.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, because I guess Lotus remind me, I guess maybe Kroger, I guess maybe or Walmart.
Yeah.
Something.
No, Big C reminds me of Walmart.
I don't know. Big C remind me more of
yeah, Big C does remind me of a Walmart.
Costco or Blue Jay or BJ's or something.
Yeah.
To me.
Mike says, Dennis, take ivermectin, research it. Yeah. He says, if you send your email, I can send you lots of stuff about cancer.
Oh man, I hope he don't know a lot about it just because he has it and stuff.
I have no idea. Maybe he knows somebody that's had it.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
But I have heard good things about ivermectin medicine. It's
these
supposed to be
names
quite
are
good.
so long. I don't know where they get these names from.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I'll definitely look into it. Thank you.
Tony in Montana says, Dennis and Marcella are lovely people. I enjoyed talking with Dennis by the pool at Dusit. Cooper, if you have room on Monday, can I come with you for breakfast on Monday? Sure, no problem. I think I do have room. Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Brooke and Jackie?
Yeah, Brooke and Jackie and Darlene will be there.
Oh, right. Bunchy and Leanne
aren't here, so they're back in. So I should have room, Tony.
Yeah, like you no problem. Full load because Malcolm and
10:15 in my basement, Tony.
Yeah.
We leave. Live and learn what Mike says. Cooper, send me Dennis email. You have my phone number. Yes, I do. I will. I'll actually send your line to him, and he can add you online because I got you both online.
I can do that.
Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah. Glenda Blazin says, I hear they do stem cell and not very expensive. Yes, they do here. Big Tony, he does it. And for his hips, him. And he did a whole year's course, and it was like less than $1,000.
That's not bad at all.
Less than $1,000 for a whole year of stem cells.
Yeah.
And he was going there getting an injection. I think it was like once or twice a month, and it was less than $1,000. Can't do it in America. It's illegal.
Yeah.
You know, stem cells are
everybody-
legal in America, but it's completely legal here in Thailand.
Well, that's the one thing.
That's what I'm
that's the
saying.
one thing we do
Thailand's
like, yeah.
more advanced
Yeah,
than a
people-
lot of ways.
A lot of people think.
So that's why I say go get a checkup. They got shit here that we don't have in America, and we ain't gonna have for 20 years.
Right. Okay, cool.
They got stuff here.
Yeah, because when I showed it to her, there's we can't give it to you. You need a
Mhm.
this one you definitely need a prescription for.
Right.
But we have this exact same thing. We don't even. She said that we don't even have a derivative of it. We have that
Yeah.
per se
Mhm.
in particular. I said, well, okay, well, it's good to know that I've been feeling good. I didn't really think about it.
And it's 70% cheaper than the US.
Oh, please, everything that we get here
Yeah.
is ridiculously cheap in reference to
There's
medication.
only certain medications here that you actually need to go see a doctor for. The rest you can get over the counter.
Yeah, we
I would
noticed that,
say
yeah.
90% of the medications you guys will take in the West, you can get over here without a prescription.
Yes,
You can
we
buy over the
noticed that.
counter.
We noticed that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow,
Yeah.
got this, they got that, and whatever. Because I forgot what it was, and she was like, "Oh, you want antibiotics?" I'm like, "What? I can get antibiotics?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Give me some of those,
Yeah.
or whatever. Because especially after we got cut up too with the
Yeah.
whole jet ski debacle.
Mm-hmm.
So I said I don't want any infection, just in case if we touch something or whatever.
Yeah.
It's here, no problem. Here, take some distance for 5 days
Mm.
or whatever. Sure, no problem. Even for that in the States, you need a prescription.
Yeah. Glenda Blazin said, "What's 555?" That means laughing out loud in Thai, because the number 5 is ha in Thai.
Yeah.
In English, it's the way they say it, ha. So ha ha ha. There you go, laughing out
Exactly.
loud. Because a lot of people say that if they put LOL in the comments, it
Yeah,
doesn't pop up.
it
We don't get to
disappears,
see it
It disappears.
because YouTube thinks you're talking in code and they block it. So we don't even see it pop up here.
yeah,
That's
YouTube
the
is
dumbest thing.
YouTube is hit or miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Expired Passport Bro sends a $2 super thanks and says, "God bless Dennis."
Oh, thank you. I
Thank
appreciate
you,
it, man.
Expired Passport Bro. Much appreciated.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I'll take any blessings you could get from any God, anywhere.
Tony Montana says, "Dennis, God is watching over you, so enjoy your life."
Thank you,
Exactly
man.
What he's doing.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Yeah, I definitely got a guardian angel. Man.
Somebody watching over you.
They've
Yeah.
been watching over me for a long time.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that I've been doing.
You're good people, man.
Should have been doing. Thank you.
Glenda Blazin says, "I love Thailand. All the people are awesome. I never heard an argument anywhere. When I got home, I still feel the peace in Thailand. I consider it therapy. Can't wait to come back."
Yeah, very few people even honk the horn and
Mhm.
stuff. Very few people.
Because it's considered an act of anger.
Right.
So they don't do it. Even if somebody, if you cut a Thai person up, they're not going to honk the horn.
Right.
They just let it go. It's like,
Right,
okay,
exactly.
well, he didn't hit me. I
So
didn't
I
hit
noticed
him.
that too,
No
yeah.
harm, no foul.
I noticed that too.
And that's their attitude.
And it'd be traffic. Traffic be terrible.
Yeah, and still
No-
nobody's honking
no
the horn.
beeping.
No.
No beeping.
Unless somebody's totally in the way, like that person was.
If somebody's about to hit you, honk your horn. The
Yeah.
Thais will do it too. If you're about to
Yeah.
hit them,
Well, danger.
yeah,
of
yeah,
course.
it's like,
And-
oh
and
God,
it-
this guy's not
it-
looking. You know, he's about to hit me. Can't see me in his mirror or whatever. They'll give a small little pip.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, not a long, you know,
that's
just a
that's
small pip.
Being upset.
You know, just to let you know, hey, I'm here. Yeah. But yeah, Glenda, you're absolutely right. Mike D says, "My son will probably come out with me also. We are too close." So there, Mike and
That's
his son
good,
are
yeah.
very close as well.
I mean, it's a real important relationship to have. You know.
I think a father should have a close relationship with his son
Definitely, for sure.
because you're the one that's showing him how to be a man.
Right. Exactly. And a man teaches a son or a younger man,
Mm.
you know, to control his emotions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you got to have control of it over your emotions and
Mhm.
stuff. So you can't be fearful and be still.
Yeah.
You know, as a man, we still, even if we have fear, we still have to be able to move
Mm-hmm.
and do things and stuff. We're not allowed to be still. We don't have that luxury.
Yeah. Yeah. Alvi abroad says, "Stress makes me eat and drink. Wrong fasting has helped me." Benjamin Franklin, in other words, get big. Was big into it, learning from YouTube things that I never heard before. Yeah. Captain Action gifted 1 Coopersthaiadventure membership. Thank you, Captain Action. And Dennis L says, I love you.
Hey, man.
Dennis, I love you.
Listen, I love me.
To his son.
Well, I love me and I love my son too.
There
as well.
you go.
So it could go both ways because we both Dennis's too. And sometimes too,
I didn't see you sneak and type that.
yeah, I did. But sometimes too, you gotta love yourself too as well.
Yeah.
You know, you have to love the situation that you're in. You have to love.
I tell our kids
things.
that.
Yeah.
Me and Darlene, I said, I tell our kids, I said, you know, if you don't love yourself, how are you going to love somebody else?
Right, exactly. And it's important that you do have love for yourself. You know, and it's important that you be able to share the love and spread it and have love for others too as well. Because like you said, if you can't love yourself, you can't love anyone else.
That's true.
So
very true.
It's important.
Captain Action says, shout out to Experience, him in Brooklyn, New York, when it's time to get a haircut.
Oh, okay. Cool. Hey, see, baby boy, I told you, when you come over here, you have customers
there you go.
waiting for you, man.
We all need a haircut. Alvar Abroad says, the billboard lawyers drive price up in USA. You can't go 500 yards in the USA without seeing a billboard with, have you been in an accident lately? If you have, dial 1-800-555. You know?
Now, you know, in Manhattan, they have congestion laws now.
Yeah.
Congestion. Like when you in Manhattan at a certain amount of time, they have cameras that charge you for being in Manhattan on regular roads. Like they charge you. Yeah.
Yes.
Congestion,
just because you're on the road?
Congestion pricing.
Yeah.
So being that it's congested in Manhattan, you go through these lights in certain areas and they charge you for being in Manhattan at a certain amount of time. The so-called call themselves bringing down the traffic in Manhattan. So it's gotten real bad in New York.
And is it working?
No, it's like big lawsuits and saying it's unconstitutional. And then they had it up for a while. Then they said they wasn't going to do it or whatever. So it's a big deal. But I heard it started and it's not very popular at all.
No, I don't think so. No, it wouldn't be very popular at all. Four Dark says, blessing to Mr. Dennis and Miss Marcella. When I come out, you really went above and beyond at the meet and greet to make me feel welcome and explained a lot. Just showed the character of you. I can't wait to get back.
Oh, cool. Thanks. No worries. I mean, we like meeting, you know, anyone, because the first interview that we had did, a lot of people at the meet and greet came up and said, hey, you know, we wanted to meet you, or they like my perspective, or they like my wife's perspective, because especially if they have a wife of the same race, you know, the hair, you know, being kinky and the different products and stuff like that. And then just plus her overall experience. And that's why we would always make fun with Darlene. It was like, hey, when are you going to start doing the condo videos again? Because it's a good perspective. She's like, oh, you can put stuff here. You could do this. And that's usually what the ladies like. Ladies like to decorate. Yeah. You know, as a guy, you know, we don't really care.
No,
you know?
as long as the wife's happy, we're happy.
Right, exactly. So that's the thing. So that's why, you know, I guess a lot of women, wives and stuff, like a woman's.
I miss her being in the camera with me.
Yeah, that's why
she won't do it though. She's like, nah, I've had enough.
Said, come on, give the prices at the end and all that stuff. The summary, that was great. We loved it. We loved it. We had a great time. And that's what my wife would harp on. She's like, oh man, Darlene or whatever, she's doing this. And then sometimes the mispronunciation of words, you'd be like, no, honey, it's this. And they'd be like, no, but I said this. No, honey, it's this. So like a little banter back and forth made it cool. It made it more personable. Like, make it more personal. Like, oh, okay, like
that's how we are in real life.
Real couple,
yeah. And but while we were on the cruise and on this vacation with y'all down to Kuala Lumpur, I did get a lot of footage with Darlene in it, and so she's slowly coming back in.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So
cool. She needs to. I'd be happy to see her.
Boost her confidence back up.
Yeah.
Tony Montana says, is it true that the visa agents are not able to open bank accounts again? There is a hold for about a week right now, Tony, because they caught one bank in particular here in Pattaya that was giving out bank accounts to Chinese people that were money laundering. And they got caught, and the management got caught, and there's some big problems right now. But they're saying it'll blow over in about a week, and they'll be back to normal. Yeah. So right now, they're investigating into it and checking the whole bank records at that particular branch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they would have to double check everything. And, well, you know, unfortunately, one bad apple spoils it for the
exactly. So they're saying it's going to blow over after they finish their investigation.
Okay.
They'll allow it to go back on again.
Yeah.
But,
that's what I noticed. The Thai police be catching a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hardly ever see them, but you see them on the news. When they caught so many people, doing this or doing that, for whatever reason.
Oh, the police here are fantastic. They got like a 95% success rate of catching people, higher than anywhere in the world almost.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Robert Pierpont says, Dennis, the square root of that condo is the same as what is the length of a piece of string, or is what is the volume of a hole? Laughing out loud. You had to ask, didn't you?
Yeah,
but good that you took it.
I'll take that. I'm glad he took it.
He took it on the chin. Yeah, well done, Robert.
That's what I mean. A little jab back. I see at the end.
Yeah, he's got a heck of a sense of humor, by the way.
It's fine, man. Yeah, you did right, Robert, man. We could get along just fine.
Yeah, you and him will be friends instantly. Scott Caswell says, what time is the breakfast Monday morning? 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock, Route 66.
Yes.
We head out at 10:15, and we get there for about 10 to 11, 10 past 11, depending on traffic.
Right. Yeah, we usually leave about 10:30. Usually get there about that time. Sometimes we get stuck behind a slow-moving
van or truck,
motorcycle cart, or like a construction vehicle. And so that's why we was late the last time we was coming there. Breakfast.
Yeah. And Mike says, coming from a medical family and on my dad's side of the family, I study medicine a lot and talk with family doctors and nurses. Okay,
cool.
There you go. He can give you some good advice. I'll definitely get you two in touch with each other.
Definitely. We need to hook up and link up.
Yeah. David Lowe says Zen Clinic on Soy 6 in Pradanak does the stem cell therapy and is great. Yes, it is. That's the one Big Tony uses.
I don't know if that applies to me, the stem cell, but if it's a possibility, then sure, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it applies.
Because they found that through stem cell research that they can cure diabetes.
Oh.
And they've actually done it on 2 people so far that I know of. But I'm sure there's a lot more. One case was in America on a medical trial. The guy was type 1 diabetic since he was a teenager, and he was in his 60s, and he was eating ice cream.
Well, type 1, yeah.
And he was on insulin and had it for 50 years, 45 years, whatever it was. And he was saying, I can eat ice cream, I can eat cake now. My insulin levels are completely normal, as if I never had diabetes. And then they did another case study in China where they did it to an elderly Chinese man that was also type 1 diabetic for over 30 years.
Wow.
And he's no longer diabetic.
Nice.
Wow.
And when I asked at the stem cell clinic on Pradamak at Zen Clinic that David's talking about, they're saying, yeah, we can do the same. Many people with diabetes that came here and walked out diabetes free.
I wonder how would that affect me. I need to look into that, maybe just to see. Because like I said, it's in my blood, so it's everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's everywhere.
Yeah, but no, stem cells is what it is it's the afterbirth from the placenta.
Yes.
They don't use dead babies. Let me get the myth out of there. They don't do that in Thailand. They use the placenta fluid from a mother's womb. Yeah.
That's why the womb's so bad.
And it's basically it regenerates your cells. Makes your body start all over again from scratch.
I think that's why they study in certain creatures, like what's that? Not salamanders. Some kind of creature grows limbs back, geckos or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% lizards or something. Yeah. So they studying that too, like growing limbs and stuff, because it grow it back exactly the way it was.
Yeah.
So I think they're studying that too to try to help.
Yeah, we used to do that with horny toads. Back in the States, you catch them and one of the limb break off and they grow them back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Experience Him says, remember, every day above ground is a good day. Make the best of every day you breathe. Anything you do it 100%.
Oh, yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure. That's my baby boy. It's one thing, too, like my mother used to say, make the best better. It's the best situation still. It could be better, make the best better.
So about to wrap up today's show. We're over 2 hours now. Robert Pierpont says you can get antibiotics in the States without a prescription. You just have to order it from Aquarium Fish. Just a tip for anyone in the States on how to get it without a prescription. Yeah, there's online websites you can use. Yeah.
I don't really trust them on websites. You never know what you might get.
And your son says the ladyboy god's keeping you safe. He got a sense of humor too. I like him already.
Yeah, he
he'd be having me cracking up.
Yeah, him and because that's really basically what you hear when you said coming to Thailand from a lot of people. Oh, ladyboy this, ladyboy that. I'm like, bro, I'm not going over there for the ladyboys and stuff. but baby boy, when you come over here, I'll take you to the street and I'll drop you off.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Some of these ladyboys got bigger ones than you do. And Expired Passport Bro says, never seen a speed camera. Also, unlike the West, we do have speed cameras over here. Expired Passport Bro, you'll find them on the toll roads. We have speed cameras here,
The highway,
and also the road from Hua Hin all the way down to whatchamacallit, Phuket. There's several speed cameras there, but there was a sign saying speed camera, so you knew it was coming up within the next,
I'm waiting,
couple hundred yards.
I've been watching the mail intensely, waiting for the
speed ticket,
waiting for the tickets to come through. Yeah, simple waiting because I'm quite sure I was over the limit on it.
It's 500 baht.
500 baht.
$15. That's it.
Oh, geez.
And if you pay it within 30 days, no points.
Please,
and it gives you a QR code so you can use ScanPay.
It's gonna be more than 500 baht. We went through quite a few.
Okay, last comment goes out to Philippines in full effect. Says Coop, we were so excited to have Tops, Big C, and Lotus to shop at as compared to the Philippines markets. We spent over $600 in the month. We've been here laughing out loud.
$600 in a month. I'm going to his house to eat.
Yeah, he got some good food.
And a lot of groceries.
Because I only spent about $300 a month on groceries. I don't know what y'all spending.
I don't know, babe. What do we spend?
Almost about three to four. It don't be a month.
It'd be like the most be like 4,000 baht. But that's if we.
Well, that's $120.
Yeah.
We don't be spending much.
Probably
we
maybe
eat out more.
Probably maybe double that, I guess. Because sometimes we'll spend 4,000, and then the next time we'll do 2, and then the next time it'll be like 1,500, something like that. So probably maybe $200 bucks for the month, maybe for both of us.
Yeah.
So it's not that much.
It's not. It's extremely cheap out here.
Not bad at all. We love it.
I mean, what would it cost you for a month of groceries in the States now?
Ooh, jeez. I don't know how much we were spending. At least $600 to $800 just for us two, just for the month. And this is also too buying cold cuts and everything like for lunch. So I wouldn't have to buy lunch because lunch easy was $15 for lunch.
So you took a packed lunch to work?
Yeah, always. A sandwich or something like that. Yeah. Then I'll just eat in the car. And then instead of wasting the time, the money, and the gas going to get lunch and coming back to eat it, I'll eat lunch and then just take a nap.
Darlene used to do that for me too when I was working in Kuwait. She'd make me a packed lunch. There you go. Your lunch is ready.
I will cook something and make sure I cook enough.
Cook something leftovers.
She said to me, I was going to go out and buy you a lunch box. I said, no, you fucking dare. Put in a brown paper bag. Don't give me a lunch bag.
No, the lunch box that I had, it kept
she was going to get me a one with Flintstones on it.
That would have been dope. That would have been pretty good.
She said, you look like Fred Flintstones.
I would have got the one with Battle of the Planets. Yeah. G-Force or whatever, what they call it. But no, she had a lunchbox and it had like hot and cold to keep it warm and to keep it cool and stuff. It was insulated. It would expand. Yeah. It had its own water jug and everything. So it was pretty self-sufficient. So most jobs that I worked had like a lounge, put in the refrigerator, microwave, heat it up, eat it. And then, like I said, I'll just go take a nap for lunch just to recharge my battery. Yeah. 65 people watching, 62 likes. Well done, guys. Thank you so much. And if you're watching on the replay, please give us a thumbs up. We need to get to 100, so it pumps it up to the next level. Makes my wife happy. We can do 100 likes. Come on.
And Frank T said, did you say there's shuttle bus to Tops, Big C, Lotus from Disakram Part 2 every hour? I know it's not walking distance. It's every 2 hours, Frank, and it runs 5 times a day. And it's from Disakram Park 2. We have our own shuttle bus free of charge, and Disakram Park 1 has its own shuttle bus free of charge. And it goes to Big C, it goes to Tesco, Lotus, and Macro, and Jomtien Beach Road.
We have a shuttle bus. We've seen it, but we just see the other guys using it for their personal use.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we don't know. We
Yeah.
don't know.
But it's 5 times a day. And then Dusakram Park 1, which is the complex across the street from us, they have their own shuttle bus too.
Okay,
And when
cool.
they open Dusakram Park 3, which is about a mile from here, they'll have their own shuttle bus too.
That's pretty cool.
And it's free of charge. Doesn't cost a penny.
Feature.
5 times a day, 7 days a week.
Especially if you don't have a vehicle or you don't have Bolt or something like that.
Runs 365 days a year. Runs Christmas Day, New Year's Day, never stops running. Yeah.
Oh, more.
Yeah, last 2. Malcolm Hawkins says, "Uru." Philippines in full effect says, "We are grabbing everything in sight. No way we'd shop like this in regular life here. Good night, all." And good night to you, Philippines in fact. Good night to everybody watching. Thank you, Dennis and Marcella, for both of you coming on here.
Thanks for having us.
It's a pleasure, both of you.
Thanks.
God bless you, and God bless
Appreciate
you too, ma'am.
Yep.
You're good people. We made good
Thank
friends
you.
of you.
Yes.
You and I get along like, like a
definitely,
house
for
on
sure.
fire. You get along with the girls so fantastically.
It was immediate too.
It's a blessing to have you both in our community.
Yeah, it was like almost like instant.
It was instant. We all hit it
fell
off.
in line because initially we were standoffish.
Mm-hmm.
It was like we went there, we saw Coop. We was like, okay, let him make his rounds and let him, talk to. We didn't want to really bother you.
Well, I got 50 people all want to say hello to me.
Right,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
So we didn't really want to bother you.
Yeah.
You came to the table, and then after that, it was over. It was like, oh, okay, cool. We just off and running.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Okay, glad
thank you, man. I appreciate you having us on, me and the missus.
Yeah, yeah. Come back in another year and tell us how it's going.
All right, cool. Definitely, for sure. We will. We'll be more than happy to.
Okay, thank you, and God bless you both. And Live and Learn. Well, Mike says good night. Good night, all. Thank you for coming on and joining us. Until next time, wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. God bless you all, and stay tuned.